Kick the truth to the young black youth. Proof. Kick the truth to the young black youth. Proof. Kick the truth to the young black youth. Proof.
How's everybody doing? You already know what it is. It's the Proof in the Pudding podcast show, and I go by the name of Sion 919. I'm excited about today's show because this is the first time we got a poet in the building. We got a spoken word artist. We got an auditor. She's a writer. Yo, definitely representing you. I'm definitely excited about you being on the show and hearing your story. So without any further ado, let's welcome her. She goes by the name of Tandra. How you feeling?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. All right, so how's everything going before we get started? How you feeling?
Everything's going good. I'm feeling fine, just out here.
Okay, you're putting in the work right there. So for the people that may not know, let's let them know a little bit about you, like what do you do and stuff like that.
Okay, so first, my name is Tandra. If you want to find me on social media, you can find me at _I am Tandra, Tandra. I don't get on Facebook. I'm just on Instagram. So if that's how you want to find me, then that's how you're going to find me. But other than that, I am an auditor. So, I work for a Big Four company.
Okay.
Besides that, I also do hair.
Yeah.
And I do dib and dabble into model and also being in videos. I don't know if you guys have seen, but LuvDayDay is a family member of mine, and so therefore, I've been in a few of her videos. If you've seen it on YouTube, LuvDayDay, the daddy video, I was in there.
Right. Wow. Okay, that's one of my jams right there. Right.
Yeah, so I'm really, since I moved out here to Atlanta, I've just been trying to just get into a little bit of everything and just kind of find my niche. And it just so happened that spoken word poetry has been one of them.
Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. So let's take it back to the beginning, right? For the people that may not know, let's let them know where you're originally from.
Okay, so I'm originally from Virginia.
Okay, Virginia, salute to Virginia.
Right, and then just moved out. I moved out here last year.
Okay.
On the whim, out of nowhere, just like, I gotta go. I gotta get out of Virginia.
Wow. Okay, so growing up in Virginia, what was that like, and what part of Virginia were you in?
I grew up in Chesapeake, Virginia. It was a little bit more so to say Virginia doesn't really have a culture. The only culture you have out there is because of the military.
Right.
And it's very military based. So, I basically grew up around, my school that I went to, it was a more Caucasian school. And right. I just knew that I wanted more for myself, and I have kids, so I wanted more for them too. And I actually wanted them to grow up with some sort of culture and understanding that they don't have to go to school just to be around Caucasians. They can go to school and be around other ethnicities as well.
Wow. So that was a culture shock for you, right?
Right.
You're going around. So what was that experience like? You didn't run into any racism and stuff like that, did you? What was that experience like for you?
It was different, but at the end of the day, it really just taught me a lot. Right. It just taught me who I am, who I was, and who I really wanted to be. And I can say, like, although I did go to school as far as middle school and high school with a lot of Caucasians, at the end of the day, I still went to HBCU.
Wow.
So, it's kind of, you really just kind of, after high school, you kind of just choose what you want to do, who you want to be, and where you want to go.
Yeah, and that's a fact right there. You also have family in Chicago, right?
Yep.
Okay. So what was the differences? What was the differences growing up in Virginia and then going to Chicago? What was that like? What was some of the differences?
It's different. Chicago is very fast paced. It's a lot going on. Being in Virginia is very slow. It's not that much going on. And it's not just that. I have my mom's side is from Chicago and my dad's side is from Miami. So it's like you really have that north-south thing going on.
Right.
And then I just so happened that I grew up right in the middle, but I know both sides. Like I've been to each side of the family spectrum. So it's a little bit different. You kind of just, I believe that it makes you more well-rounded.
Right.
And who you are, understanding where you came from.
Yeah, and that's a fact right there. So it's like Miami and Chicago, they're two different. You got two different spectrums right there. Yeah. So what was that like? What was that like in Miami? What was that like as a child going up and visiting? What was that experience?
Miami, I can honestly say, I mean, I really didn't spend too much time in Miami.
Right.
Just, I just really didn't grow up on my dad's side of the family. Right. But when I would go down there, it's just, you have that. You have that connection you feel like you're very close to the African side.
Right.
Because you have your Jamaicans, you have your Nigerians, you have your Haitians.
Right.
They're all down there. So you kind of get more connected with that. And then being in Chicago is just more so like I was just connected with my family. Gotcha. You really did. It wasn't really a culture thing in my eyes. It was just more so, okay, that's where my family decided to migrate.
Yeah, I definitely respect that. So growing up, did you know that you were into writing, acting, and modeling and stuff like that, or no?
No, I thought I was going to be in business. Like I said in the beginning, I'm an auditor. So I really did think that I was going to be in the business of just auditing. A lot of people... It's mad funny because I say I'm an auditor and a lot of people like, so you could do my taxes? And I'm like, no.
Totally different.
It's two different things. Things. I don't know how to do taxes, but I know how to audit. So, that's really what I thought it was just going to be. And then I was going to end up using that as a platform to start my business. But, after a while, when I was young, I went through a lot. I've been through a lot. So it just kind of got to a point where I just started writing like my experiences down, how I was feeling at that time, what I was going through, and I kind of take time every now and then. I feel like a lot of people should do this where you write down what you're going through at that time, and then you take time to go back and be like, okay, well, am I still at this point? Did I move on? Did I grow? What did I learn? You really kind of just reflect on your life. Right. And so I chose to do that. And that's what kind of brought me into doing poetry, because you're able to use your experiences and move on and write on it. And then not only can you just write on it, but you're also able to go out and do open mics and talk about it.
And that's the thing right there. So let me ask you, over the years, how has your style of writing changed?
I'm sorry, how's what?
Your style of writing changed, like the way that you write and your growth from your work.
I can say the style is just, I don't really think it's changed. And the only reason I say that is because at the end of the day, I've always been one of those people that I will constantly write. Like, say if I'm going through something or I go through something, I will write the date because I want to know exactly what day it was.
Right.
I'll write everybody that was involved, if there were other people involved, and then I'll just write about the experience. Like, okay, what did I go through? What happened? And then at the end of everything that I wrote, I write, how did it make me feel? And if there was a lesson learned in that experience, or do I feel that there's a lesson learned in that experience? And then what I usually do is I'll go back, like maybe a month or two later, I'll go back and I'll write, maybe this experience, I didn't learn nothing at that point, but maybe because I'm going through something else or something else has transpired, I'll kind of be like, okay, well, I can actually say that this actually did teach me how to react to this type of situation. You get what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, it's not really a different style in how I write. It's more so the fact that like I really just write, and I know that there's like a template that I use that'll help me in the future.
Right. And that makes sense right there. A lot of people say writing is therapeutic.
It is.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So you look back on it, you see your growth and stuff like that. Around what age? It's almost like a journal, a life journal for you. Around what age? Around what age did you first start doing that?
13.
13. So
yeah,
all right.
I actually had a journal at 13. Because back in the day we couldn't keep up with no iPod. I mean, I grew up with the iPod phase, so I had a little iPod and I write down, but I couldn't keep up with it. So I really did have a journal. But around like 18, when I finally moved out on my own and I had my iPhone and whatnot, I kept access of my Apple ID and everything, and I just made sure, I just made sure that, at the end of the day, I kept everything that I wrote, because I know I want to say that at age 18 and then at age 25, which is how old I am now, there's a difference, there's a change in the experiences that I've been through and how I react to those experiences. And if it was more than enough for me to even write about it, because some things I really don't write about, because I'm just like, it's not really anything. But if it's something that I know, like I truly feel some type of way about this and I want to talk to somebody about it, but I can't, I'll write about it.
And that's the thing right there. We go through things, and a lot of times people, they don't know how to deal with these situations. They don't have a person to talk to. They don't have a hobby or something that, therapy to get rid of it. Right. So how has that helped you? How has that helped you over the years?
I think it's helped me to just become who I am now. Like, I think because I'm one thing about me is I'm scared to go to a therapist, because I'm scared for somebody to be like, that black girl is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of those things. Like, and I know they say like therapy is kind of needed for a lot of people, but it's like, do you truly need that? Or is it the fact that you don't really want to take the time to reflect on what you've been through and try to heal for yourself?
Wow.
Like, why would I pay somebody else to listen to it if I know that I can just write it down and really just kind of help myself through it? I don't need to pay nobody else for that. So I kind of became my own therapist after a while. You do have family and friends that you can connect with, but at the end of the day, you really don't want to bother them with your problems, because that they probably have their own problems too. So you just kind of, it's like a balancing act, really.
Right.
And mentally, it helped me with my little spiritual journey that I've been on. So.
Okay. And it's all coming together. So the thing is, you got to have discipline, right?
Right.
You got to be willing to put the work in. You put the work in.
Yeah.
It didn't just happen overnight. It wasn't just something like, okay, because a lot of times people, they don't want to get the therapy right, but then they do nothing.
Right.
It's a lot of self-reflecting, a lot of self-healing, a lot of, let me look at this. Let me look at all the angles. How did this affect me?
Yeah.
Putting in a lot of time, a lot of work, right? Over the years, now you see the difference, right? You've been through some things, right? So you started around the age of 13, right? What's going on in your life? Well, I don't want to know the details or, any personal stuff like that. But at 13, what's your mindset? What are you going through? And what are you thinking at 13? What do you want to be when you grow up?
At 13, I really was depressed. Wow. I was depressed because I had a lot of things that had went down around that time frame. And, I was really just trying to figure out who I was. Like, who am I? I really did take time in the mirror and be like, who are you? Who do you want to be? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I really took time to try and figure out. My mom, like I said, I living in Virginia is military based. My mom and my dad were in the military.
Okay. Wow.
So I didn't grow up with my mom around all the time. I didn't grow up with my dad around all the time. And, just not having that, I always felt like there was a disconnection in who I was able to actually go to when I had questions. And then it was times where I could go to my grandma, but my grandma is very religion based. Right. And I wasn't always in church, from just how I grew up, I just wasn't always in church. So it's just like, they kind of shunned me a little bit when it came down to that. And so it was really just me trying to figure out who I was. So I had become depressed. After a while, I just was like, I got to take the time to realize who I am for myself. And writing is when I actually took the time to like, you know what, let's just reflect on what's going on, what you've been through, what's going, like, that the pen and the paper is who I can talk to.
Yeah, and that's real right there. And it's definitely therapeutic and powerful.
Right.
But the thing is, right, at 13, we're becoming ourselves, like you said, identity. We're trying to identify, who am I? Who do I want to be? You know, things like that. It's like things we don't understand. Even whatever age we get, it's still things gonna happen in our life that we don't understand. But at 13, some things are happening. I don't understand it.
Right.
Life is happening. I don't know what I want to do. What, choices, decisions to make. So you're going through all that, right? Knowing what you know now. If you can go back to the 13-year-old girl, and maybe a child watching it, maybe a teenager, maybe a young woman or a young male watching this live, and they going through some of the same things, what would you have told yourself at 13? If you could speak to that 13-year-old Tandra, what would you say?
Bitch, you got it. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cuss. But
you get, be yourself. Yeah, you
got it. Honestly, like, you got it. You know who you are. And at the end of the day, you're imperfectly perfect.
Wow. And that's the thing.
And that's really it. Like, just basically, like, I would constantly tell her that. Like, I don't care. Every day I'm waking up, you are beautiful, you got it, and you are imperfectly perfect. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to look at social media and be like, oh, that's what I want to be. No, because that's not perfect. That's not what you truly aspire. Right. You aspire to be who you want to be.
Wow. And that's real right there. Confidence. Having that confidence. Like you said, social media is messing a lot of people up.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
People, they're trying to keep up with the next person, but they don't know this is fabricated. This is exaggerated. This is blown up. They're just showing you the good times. They ain't showing you when the bills is due. They ain't showing you when the nights when they eat noodles and noodles.
Right.
You don't see that. So it's like a disconnect to reality. So sometimes even in that, when we're going through real life situations, it's like maybe I'm less than. Or we see the Photoshop images and all these things, and we begin to look at ourselves like we less than. So around that age, 13, you grew up in the device. The technology era. Right. See, I'm a little older than you, so I'm before the technology. So it's like by the time the technology hit, I was already like probably in my 20s. By the time so it's totally different. So growing up in that era, right? It's like this is a way of life for y'all. Well, the world is now doing it now, but this is all you ever knew. Right. 13 years old, social media, trying to figure out who you are. You got all this pressure.
Got everything. Twitter, MySpace.
Right.
All of it, basically, and then being in school, you got everybody in, you even have the school pressures as well. So it's just so much.
Yeah. And that's the thing right there. You just said a big word right there. MySpace. Salute to MySpace. That's where it all started right there. Even before
that's where it started.
That's where it all started at right there. MySpace for a lot of people. And those that may be a little older, it was Black Planet. Before MySpace, it was Black Planet. Is where everybody used to be at. Now I'm telling my age.
Right. You always telling yourself.
Yeah, it's all good though. It's all good. So it's like you're growing up in that. Let's talk about some of the pressures of school. Because like you said, you're around a bunch of Caucasians. It's different. What was that like for you?
It was, I kind of grew up just around Caucasians in general. Right. Just being in Virginia, you kind of deal with that. And I know, like, I think about it as if, you really don't shy away from it. You kind of just accept it for what it is. Wow. And I think one of the main pressures was showing that this African-American female can be just as good as you. Like, that's really what it was. Because, you'll have your Caucasians that's getting an honor roll and doing this, doing that, and the third. And so I made it a point, like, you ain't never going to be able to talk about me, and you ain't never going to be able to call me a statistic unless I'm in the top of that statistic.
Yeah, say it again for the people in the back. You talking big right now. Yeah, say that for the people in the back because we tripping out here. Yeah?
Like, you'll never ever be able to downplay me. Like, call me a statistic if you want to, but make sure I'm at the top of it. Don't call me, oh, she's in the top. Nah, we in the top 10.
Right.
Like this African American is doing AP classes and in the honor classes and is doing better than some of you that will try and down me. Like it was, I just made it a point, you know, my mom and my dad, like, they was like, you better not get no C's and all this other stuff. I'm like, I'm not even worried about C's. I'm worried about making sure I'm at the top. I'm worried about the A's. You don't even got to worry about me and C's at all because we at the top. I don't want nobody trying to come for me about nothing.
Wow, we ain't doing that. So it's like, yo, if I'm gonna be, I'm at the top of the list, right? So it's like you're applying yourself. So it's like we talk about adversities and things like that. Where it's like, but if you put in the work, and some people say, well, they had a silver spoon, they had this, I didn't have that. Once you remove all that, right? Those excuses. Once you remove all that,
exactly.
You're talking to a black woman that made it happen. Said, yo, I ain't worried about the C's because I'm shooting for the A's.
Exactly.
All right, so you're knocking it out the box, right? Were you doing any activities, academics while you was at school outside of the AP classes and stuff like that? You played sports, cheerlead, anything like that, or not?
Okay, so middle school, I ain't really do nothing, you know. Right. But once I got to high school, I ran track.
You ran track, okay.
You know, I did my little sprinting here and there. Ask me to run now, it ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
So I'm like, I'm 2 years in and I ain't running nowhere but after them. Wow. And I don't even run. I kind of just do a little slow down.
That's about it right there. Well, that's the thing.
But yeah, I did do that. I did try drama after a while. I tried drama. But that's about it. I was really kind of just I was moving back and forth. In high school, you know, my brother had passed away. So I ended up moving to South Carolina to be with my dad for a while. And then I moved back to Virginia. So I was after that, like after my brother passed, and I kind of just went through a lot and decided that right now I'm just going to focus on school and do what I have to do just so that I know that I can make it easier on my parents.
Right. And that makes sense right there. Sorry for your loss as well, because those things like that never goes away. So let me ask, when you ran track, what was it, the 100, the 500 meter that I don't know the correct
times.
Times.
I ran the 100, 200 and a 4x2 and a 4x1.
Wow. Okay. So now, how fast were you back then?
I was okay. You know.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you.
You know, I really did it just so I could have something else to do because I feel like I was into the drug activity at one point in time.
Right.
Like and in order for me to get away from that, I felt like I needed to pick up something else. Gotcha. And track was one of those things, just like writing was one of those things. It's like you really try to find a hobby that keeps you out of doing things that are negative. You try to find something else that's positive. Right. So I was okay when it came down to running. I placed third in some things. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't that slow, but I wasn't that fast either. But at the end of the day, you know, track is one of those things where you kind of practice for a good 2 to 3 years before you become good, you know, the top.
Right. I respect that. And again, I'm gonna mess with you a little bit, but then we're gonna get back serious, right? Because like, okay, we just seen the Olympics, right?
Oh gosh.
We got the Jamaican team. They were dominating, right? I don't want to mess up her name. She made a lot of tablets. Richardson. Chicago. What was her name? Right. So were we fast like that, or like, yo, I'm not even getting out there with you?
Girl, you have fun. Look, girl, you go ahead. Go ahead, sis. You got this. Cause you know what? I'm rooting for you.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, but like you said, I represented. I came in third. I wasn't the fastest, but you put in your work. Right. Yeah. But all right, a lot of kids, they deal with the streets, right? Different trials, tribulations, be growing up. It's adolescence. Mm-hmm. Trouble all around you. You said a powerful thing. It's like, I had to find a hobby to keep me busy so I didn't get caught up in certain activities, certain things going on. How important is that? And what advice would you give to young America with everything going on? Right.
One thing I can say is I don't knock it. I don't knock anybody that goes through their trials and tribulations. I don't judge anybody that goes through their trials and tribulations because at the end of the day, it's really going to get you to either realize that this ain't where you want to be or you're just going to be hard-headed and continue on. So, I mean, granted, I went through what I went through and had my little taste test of it. And I was like, this ain't it. But what allowed me to realize that wasn't it is when I had my kids. Wow. So it's like, you kind of really I really don't feel like you can literally say, well, you shouldn't be in the streets. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. Because at the end of the day, they're going to. They're going to do it. If they don't have nothing else, like if they feel like they have other problems, if they feel like they have mom problems, dad problems, pressures from school, pressures from friends, anything like that, that's what they're going to do. It's just going to happen, and you can't really stop it. Right. So it's like, okay, well, I truly believe that, like, if you want to go ahead and do that, then there's the door. There you go. Do it. But just remember that I'm that one person, like if I was talking to my kids, like I'm that one person that that if something were to happen, something's going on, you need help, you need this, you need that, you can come to me and we can talk about it. And then if you choose that you don't want to do it no more, then we can find another resolution to your problems. Right. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really the one to say, oh, don't go in the streets, don't do this, don't do that, because you really can't stop somebody when their mind is already made up. Right. And I agree. You can only help them once they choose to help themselves. Right. That's the thing. I grew up in the streets too, made some bad decisions. I had to learn my lesson. Like you said, it's like when a person is ready to change, they'll change, right? Right. So for the people that's watching, right, the kids, we're talking about the teenagers, young women, young men, right? What would you say to them, right? They're in the life, but they want better. Nobody wants to get caught up. Nobody wants to die. But we know people dying every day. People get locked up every day. What advice would you give them? Because everybody don't make it out. What would you say to them? Reflect on your life. Reflect on what you want to be. Reflect on who you decide you are right now. Because right now you're deciding who you are. You're deciding that you want to be at the bottom of that statistic. Right. So my advice would just be like, just take a step back, like relax, take a step back, because do you really want to do this? Is this really who you want to be? Is this really what you want? If you have kids, if you don't have kids, if you have family members, is this really what you want them to see you as? You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know that for us, but for us, we already a statistic. So why would we want to be at the bottom of it? Why would we want to be in the majority? Why not be in the minority of it and make ourselves in the minority of it, or the top of it, like the top 10 person? This is the top 10 African American that can go that went to HBCU or making this much money or doing this at this age. Why not want to be that and then try and be what everybody else is being? That's not gonna get you nowhere. That's true right there. So let me ask you, what things did you learn in your time out there while you was out doing your thing? What are some things that you learned, and what stands out the most? Out where? In the street. In the street life. I really just learned that, like, one thing about it don't love nobody. It don't love nobody. One thing about it, like, it don't love nobody at all. And one wrong move, one wrong step, one word, like, everything can just be over. Right. And I know for me, like, I know I want to be something in life, and I don't want to be that one person that died because of something else. I want to be that one person that died because she did something else. So, I kind of just learned that, like, sometimes it's best to just move on your own recognizance. Like, don't listen to everybody else, because some people will truly lead you on the wrong path just because you think that they your friend or anything. Like, they'll take you down the wrong path, and then you be stuck down that path by yourself because they will leave you there. They'll leave you there, and that's real right there. Right. And again, there's definitely dangers out there. You made it out. Obviously, you're doing big things. You go to the HBCU, you wind up getting your master's, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, we're gonna get to that, right? Boom, because that's an accomplishment in itself, right? So it's never over, right? It's never too late to change. It's never over, and it's like you can always change your story.
right? So let me ask you, right? I don't know your story, right? I don't know your story yet, right?
No, you don't know my story. But what you about to ask?
All right, okay. I'm not gonna get in your personal business, but I do want to know, right? So did you put a pinky foot in the streets, or were you like to your knees in it, to your neck, or were you backstroking in the streets? How deep did you get into the street life?
We gonna say it was like the ankle.
To the ankle. Okay.
Yeah, it was like to the ankle. Like we didn't get too deep in it. Just because I had met the father of my kids, and the father of my kids is like up to his nose.
Wow.
Yeah, so okay. I just kind of realized that like that right there is not what I want.
Gotcha.
That no.
Gotcha. That makes sense. All right. I had a guest up not too long ago. True story. Same thing. She met a guy. He was in the street life. She was an accountant, college degree, doing good. She met him. Bad boys always win. You know what I mean? So she met a bad boy. He's in the street, right? Fast forward, long story shorter. He winds up getting jammed up. This her man, right? This her man. They're in love. He tells her, listen, you don't have a record. If I get in trouble, they're going to send me away. You don't have any charges. If you take the charge, they're going to let you out. You're going to get no time. This is what he told her. You will get no time. I'm going to hold you down. She had the face like you making. So then he proposed to her. I don't want to spend my life without you. I want to be with you, right? They get engaged. She takes the charge. She winds up getting time. Remember, he told her, you ain't going to get a charge. She's locked up now. Doing time. She gets out. He's married with a family.
Not to her?
No. He left her. She went in one door. He ran the other way.
Child, this is some tea.
She goes in to do her time. He runs the other way. So he was with her up until longer she said, I did it. Then once he was in the clear, he never looked back.
Wow.
What's your take and what's your advice to the women out here? Because it happens every day. They like the street life. He buy me Birkin bags, red bottoms. Yo, put this gun in your name. He goes out there and shoot somebody.
It's funny. It's mad funny because I write a lot about this, not the situation in hand, but I write a lot about women being independent. Because I'm an independent woman. My mom was an independent woman. So I just write a lot about it. And it's funny because this situation is a lot, and there's been times where I've kind of been in similar situation, but he ain't never asked me to take no charge for him because of all the accolades that I have on my own, and just knowing that, I have more to my story than just being locked up behind something that I didn't do. Right. And on top of that, I have kids. So that right there, that's just crazy. And I really do feel for females who feel the need to feel like they have to do what their man tells them to do. Right. Or feel like if this man he not gonna be with me unless I do this. Like, girl, it's plenty fish in the sea. Plenty. Wow. Okay. And
fish in the sea.
You want me to go to jail? Nah. Cause I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of just some ignorance on both parts. I feel like it's ignorance on both parts because one, he don't know what's gonna happen, and then she don't know whether or not he really gonna be with her or not. So it's like both y'all are really ignorant to the fact of reality.
Wow. So in them situations, right? What if now they flip the script? They say you was riding when I was taking you on trips. You was riding when I was buying you the shoes and the bags. What are your response to that? We're just having fun. This ain't you personally.
Women should be independent no matter what. You should be independent. At the end of the day, you need to have your own at all times. Because he could say, the father of my kids can say that to me right now. Oh, we went on trips, we did this, we did that. I say, yeah, and I could have paid for it myself, but you chose to pay for it.
Wow.
So you can have the money back. I will gladly pay for that money back so that I can say that I paid for my trip and I did this on my own. Right. And at the end of the day, I still had a great experience. But it's just like, nah, we ain't gonna even play that game because I know what I could do for myself. And I was just said this the other day because some things had went down and, you know, it was just kind of crazy. But I was just like, I never allow a man to ever buy me anything else in my life because you can give me a gift. You can give me a gift, but I want you to write it down, sign it, have a co-signer, and have a lawyer.
Come on now.
Sign
So
that
they can't just be nice?
Because I don't want you ever saying I paid for it, so I'm going to take it back.
I get that. I respect that. So, all right. Being a female, right? Never put yourself in a situation for somebody to say, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be. I get that. So when we talk about independent, right? Because we got a lot of movements going on. A lot of stuff. The world is busy right now. We got a little bit of some of this, some of that, right? When we talk about the independent, are we talking about I don't need a man? I don't want a man? Are we talking about I want a man, but yo, don't get it twisted? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Right. We definitely talking about I could do it by myself. I would love to have a man that's here that can, you know, we both can work on each other. We both can help each other. But don't get it twisted now. I'm good doing it by myself. We ain't talking about the ones like, I don't need a man. He can't do nothing for me. And he ain't never gonna be it. We're not talking about that because, honey, we all need men. All female. We weren't put on this earth to be by ourselves. Right. We all need a man. And every man need a female. Right. So.
No, I agree. I agree. And it's the same thing. I got daughters and I teach them the same thing. Have your own. Now, anything that he brings is good. That's cool.
Right. It's just added.
You can't put all your eggs in a basket. Exactly. You never want to put yourself in a situation where somebody can pull the rug from up under your feet. So, okay. All right. We're going to leave that alone. We're going to leave that alone. So, for the women, she just dropped the jewel on y'all. Never put yourself in a situation. Nothing wrong with, okay, he did that. But understand, I don't owe you anything.
Right.
Just because you brought me food tonight don't mean you can talk to me any kind of way. Just because you did this don't mean I'm going to do that.
Exactly.
Draw the lines, have your boundaries, and that's real talk right there. Okay. I definitely respect that. So let's take it back, right? High school, right? Get out of the street life, right? Or you still in the street life in high school. And now you're like, yo, I'm done with that. Were you doing both? Were you in the school, in the streets, or were you out of school by the time you got in the okay.
It's during summertime. So, you know, we ain't in school around that time. So.
Okay. So summertime.
Yeah. Summertime's when you ain't got nothing else to do. Yeah.
All right. So were you in summertime and we talking VA summertime? We talking Chicago summertime?
Ooh, nah, we ain't talking Chicago. We talking VA.
VA summertime. So was this where? This was in Chesapeake? Or we in Richmond? Where you at?
Nah, we always in the 757 area.
Wow, in the 757.
Yeah, nah, don't play now. We don't play when it come down to our area.
Wow, so the 757 in the building.
Yeah.
So for the people that never experienced it, right? What's going on in the summers in the 757? What are y'all doing? What's a good time? The beach.
The beach. The beach is where it's at. If you're not at the beach, then you a square. That's how we said it. Like, you just had to be at the beach. Like, if you weren't at the beach, Wow. It was between that and Busch Gardens, because we got Busch Gardens in Williamsburg and Kings Dominion, which is like in the Richmond area, but between all the attractions and the beach, that's where it was at. And then sometimes, like, if you was hip to college in high school time, then you was probably taking trips to Miami too, because you wanted to be down there for college spring break.
Wow. Okay, so college spring break, we taking that trip. What they expect when we get there. I'm in the car with y'all. It's you and your girls. I don't know how I'm in the car.
Right.
I just say, so what are we doing? What are we doing? What's going to happen? What's going on down there when we get there?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, we turning up. It's turn up time all day, every day. We getting drunk, we turning up, we going to clubs, we just having fun. Basically, it's just like you just really just enjoying life where what it is for what you have. Like you're not really thinking about nothing. You just enjoying that time with your friends, congregating with all the other schools that may be down there. Like you just enjoying the time. And Miami it's one of them places to do it.
Yeah, that's real right there. So what's one of your favorite experiences in Miami on the college break? College Miami.
It was right after I had my kid, my first one. Right after I had my first one, I had went down to Miami, and my best friend that I grew up with, she was down there too. And like we weren't really planning on seeing each other, like because I had went down there with with the father of my kid, like we just gonna go because I had my child and you not doing nothing, and I did want to give you a little birthday gift or whatnot, so I just gave him a birthday present. We gonna go down to Miami, and I ended up seeing my best friend there, and I cannot say like it was like one of the best times I ever had in Miami. Like just seeing her, being around her friends, being around my friends, and granted, me and her went to the same college, like, and I had my kids in college, but it was just like. I think that was like one of the times that like it was just kind of carefree, and after you have a child, you kind of depressed a little bit. Your body changes. Right. You trying to take care of another human being, like it's just a lot. So it's just like that right there was just one of the best times I ever had in Miami.
Yeah, I respect that. So it's like okay, so you had the children while in school, didn't quit. Not only didn't quit. You went on to get your master's. How did you make it happen? Like, how did you get through it? A lot of times people think my life is over. That's it. I wanted to do this. They give up on their dreams now. Reality hits.
So I had my first one my sophomore year in college.
Right.
And then usually it's 4 years. Well, the program that I was in, it was like a 5-year program to get your MBA.
Right.
So after my sophomore year, I had my child. I was going through a lot, really just trying to figure it out. I had family members, people just telling me like, so what you gonna do? You having a child, you gonna quit like this and third. And it's just like, why would I quit? Like I'm pregnant, not disabled. Like I can still make it. I can still do it. It ain't nothing but to go. And so then I ended up after her, I ended up getting my my bachelor's. Okay. And then right after that, I ended up getting pregnant again, which was my 5th year. And your 5th year is like the hardest year because they cram so much curriculum into that 1 year just so you can get your master's. Right. So it ended up happening where, I was pregnant and my daughter wasn't due until April. And like, I think what really kept me on track was just having the determination and I'm one of those people like, tell me I'm not going to do it just so I can prove you wrong. Because like I said, I'm never at the bottom. I'm always at the top. So tell me that I'm going to be one of those people who get pregnant in college and not going to make it and not going to do nothing with do it. I want you to tell me that. So it's just like, once I heard it a couple times, I was like, okay. Okay. So, yeah. That little crazy wheel start spinning like, all right.
We're going to talk about that as well. We're going to talk about that. You're a Black woman, so we're going to talk about that. Yeah, I'm teasing. I'm joking, yeah. But for
yeah,
real.
It was mainly, I was just determined. I was determined to do it. And it wasn't for me. It was for my brother because my brother passed away. It was for my kids because at the end of the day, I want them to have someone to look up to, and I want them to have a mom and a female figure that they know that they can look up to. And I was one of the first in my family to graduate right out of college after high school. So, it was like one of those things that it's traditional, it's generational, it's one of those things where you trying to set a standard in your family and you trying to set a standard just for yourself and what you want from your kids.
Right. And it's a legacy. Now you just set the bar. Generational curse is broke. Yeah. Like, we graduates over here now. We graduate and we don't do C's. We don't do no C's.
We don't do C's.
All right. And that's the thing. So when you graduated, right, you're walking across that stage, 2 children, you done got through it. You didn't quit. How are you feeling? What's going through your mind?
I didn't get to walk across the stage.
Didn't let you?
They didn't let me because around the time our finals, because the finals, once you take your finals, then they'll like post your grades right after.
Right.
After your finals. And so it just so happened that I went into labor around final time.
Wow.
And so I passed. I ended up, so I went into labor around final time. You know, I had my child and everything. My teachers knew about it. And so it was one teacher where, you know, the final was that week and I wasn't able to make it. And so I had to make up my final. I had my child. I can't tell you what day it was exactly, but I can say if it was a Thursday, probably that Monday I was in his office like, okay, well, let me take my final because this is not going to happen, you know, and I want to be able to walk across stage. Like, that's what I want to do. Right. So I was I took the final, I passed the final, everything. But by the time I was able to do that, he wasn't able to post the grade.
Right. So
my grade wasn't posted. So I wasn't able to get my grades finalized in order for me to walk across the stage. So I had to wait until the next semester in order to walk across the stage. And by that time, I was like, forget it. Just send me my degree.
Right.
Like, just give me the degree. I mean, I understand, you know, a lot of people really, they take I don't know what you call it, but like they really congratulate you for walking across the stage. It's just like, I don't need you to see me to walk across stage, but I do need you to see that I have these 2 degrees.
Right. And that's the thing. So accomplishing that, how did you feel? How did that feel? Accomplishing 2 degrees. How did you feel?
It was wonderful. I was ecstatic. I mean, granted, you know, I went through a lot of things. Like, I was crying because I couldn't walk across the stage. I was crying because like they wouldn't let me walk across the stage. But just to know that I did get both degrees, like, I was just like, when it came in the mail, I cried. Like, I cried so hard because I'm just like, I'm really, like I said, I'm reflecting on everything that I went through the past 5 years in order just to get this piece of paper.
Right. Wow.
But it says a lot, so.
Right. And it's like, we made it.
Yeah.
We did it. And it's like, not just for you, for the family. Like you said, you got a lot of people looking at you, depending on you. We made it. Right. For the people that's watching, let them know where you graduated from and what was that experience.
I graduated from Hampton University with my master's in business and administration at 22. 2 degrees at 22. Okay.
Okay. So you weren't playing.
I
said you weren't playing with them.
No, I wasn't playing.
Okay.
No, we had to go ahead and get that done.
Okay. So what was that Hampton University experience like for you?
You know.
There's a lot of it's future HBCU people watching. You know, they might want to go to Hampton. What was that experience like for you?
I can say, okay, well, I can say don't limit yourself to just one HBCU. Because I really wanted to go to FAMU. But it just so happened that I got my acknowledgement letter and my offer letter from Hampton first. Right. And then right after that, I got my FAMU letter, but I had already accepted my letter from Hampton. Right. So I can say, like, you know, it's wonderful to go to a HBCU, but don't just limit yourself to HBCUs. I mean, one thing about it, like, do what you think is best for you. We as Black African Americans want you to go to an HBCU, but at the end of the day, if you don't feel that that's what you want to do, I don't feel like we should pressure our kids into doing it either. Like, you know, because once we get the pressure in them, at that point, they can get to a point where they don't even want to go to college. And now you're like, well, just done lost all this daggone money trying to put it into them. And it's just like, nah, we ain't trying to do that. So, you know, I would definitely say take the time out, go to the schools, you know, see what's going on. Go during homecoming, because I went to FAMU around homecoming. Wow. And that's what wanted me to go to FAMU. And I was like, oh, this school is lit. Wow. Oh, I want to go here. But yeah, like, you know, it's definitely an experience, and definitely, you know, just seeing that your teachers are African American is wonderful. Right. You actually learning from others that are within the same or either similar heritage as you. it's one of those things where like you kind of just get the sense of like, you know, this is where I'm supposed to be.
That's a beautiful thing right there. So what were y'all colors? What was the school? Let me see where your school pride at. What was the colors?
Blue and white.
Blue and white. What was the mascot?
Pirate.
Pirate. Did y'all have a saying or something like that? Did y'all for the school?
Okay, so honestly, like each year was different because, you know, we at HBCU and we just had to be extra. So like if you like depending on when you came in, you was either Ophi, which is an ogre by ogre,
right.
or you were quintessent, which I think is like the sun, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And then it was another one. But who cares about them? Because I was an Ophi.
It was Ophi. Okay. So
yeah, ogre by ogre. We was the littest class, you know. But it kind of, it's like, it's only 3 of them. Like, it's 3 names, and it kind of just goes back. So, like, the seniors, say if I came in as a freshman, as an Ophi, then the seniors will be Ophi. But it goes by years. So, like, they'll be Ophi 15, we'll be Ophi 16.
Gotcha.
And it just kind of keeps going kind of thing.
Right. Okay. So, step parties, the fraternities, did you get to see all that?
I saw it. I wanted to be a part of it, but I wasn't. But, you know.
Wow. So
it was a nice experience.
Nice experience. If you were to pledge, where are you going? Who are you pledging with? There's a lot of people watching. Delta. You ain't gonna change it. You're gonna keep it with Delta. Don't care who get mad. What was it about the Deltas that captivated you?
The tenacity. And one thing about it, like, don't get me wrong, like you had your AKAs and they were very confident in who they were, but it was just like Deltas, that's my personality. Like, right. You know, like we good, but we all get in your face, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we just it's just the tenacity there that they have, and it's just like, ooh, if I was to ever pledge, it would definitely be Delta.
It would be Delta. That's the thing right there. So what was the step shows and stuff like for you? What was that experience like?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I only went to them during my freshman year because, you know, I had my kid in my sophomore year, so, you know, I couldn't go out that much. But during my freshman year, like, I can honestly say everything was lit. Like, everything, it was always something going on. It was always something to do. It was always a frat party, a sorority party. Like, it was always something. And it was just like, one thing about it, we ain't never shy ourselves away from having a good time.
Right. Okay.
We went to everything.
All right. So let me ask you, there's a couple movies out there, right? Was y'all stomping the yard, or was it more like a drumline experience? What was going on with it?
It was more like a stomp the yard.
More like stomp the yard without people getting killed in the dance battles.
Yeah.
All right.
It was like, we had the student center. The student center was like our atrium, and every Friday from 12 to 2, because we called it 12 to 2. From 12 to 2, we had a party every Friday in our student center. And then, like, everybody knew you better not plan your classes around that time and or after that, because right after 12 to 2, you going next door, because we had apartments like right next door to our school, to where everybody going next door. It's either gonna be a block party, it's gonna be a party, whatever. Like, we just turning up after 2 o'clock. Everybody's turned up, so you better hope you don't got no class after that on a Friday.
Hold on, time out. So this 12 to 2 in the afternoon, not 12 at night, not 12 midnight.
No, 12 midday.
And we party
till then, like 12 to 2 midday in the atrium. After 2 o'clock, you going across the street and we partying some more. We just getting lit.
All right. So let me ask, how far were your parents while you was in Hampton? How far was your parents from you? Now we're going to get to the nitty-gritty.
35 minutes away.
35 minutes away. All right. So did you keep it in the A's and B's, or partying a little bit? You may have caught a C here and there. Now, when we're in college, there's still no C's. We ain't doing no C's. Party all night. Yeah. Salute to a black woman. This is a determined black woman right there. How did you get through it? I know some mornings you're like, I might have went too hard last night.
Hey, you learn your rituals. You learn that, okay, if I'm going to get drunk tonight, in the morning, I got to make me some tea. Got to make sure I get hydrated. Like, you really just, and then on top of that, you learn your rituals, but then you also know your schedule. So when it come down to classes, I know one thing, I definitely didn't have no class at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, because I know that I'm gonna make sure like it's just like because you know we can schedule what time we want to take our classes and everything. So it's just like at a certain time, like nah, we ain't gonna have no classes that early because I know I'm gonna want to get lit. I'm gonna have fun. Like you just kind of learn how to schedule everything, and then on top of that, like you kind of have that determination that. You know, I mean, one thing about it, I ain't gonna say, you know, to cheat, but a class that cheat together kind of pass together. But I ain't gonna tell y'all to cheat.
Wow, so it was like everybody looking out for each other. Yeah,
everybody
you got the notes.
Out for each other.
You got them notes. Oh, I got you.
Yeah. You got the notes, and we even had times where we would stay back, like you know, class will end and everything, and we'll stay back and we'll kind of just go over notes. We'll go over previous tests. We'll go over what we think might be on the test, like whatever it takes, like the whole class. And then like we'll have 2 people will designate as the teacher for the day, and we all just kind of sitting there. And it'll be times we there till like 3 o'clock in the morning, just doing, you know what I'm saying, just going through everything. So it's like you really have that determination to get it done, but then you also have to be like, you also have to have like intent. Like you need to know, like this is what we're going to do. And if y'all want to pass, I know I want to pass, then we all gonna sit here and stick it out together.
Okay. And that's real right there. So people that may never experience the college life, right? You said 8 to 9, too early. I done partied all night. Headache. 12 to 2 ain't safe.
There you go.
So when did we get out? What time is the perfect time for classes then? Because 8 to 9 is out. 12 to 2 is out.
Time for classes is 9:30, 10 o'clock.
9:30, 10.
Because 8 o'clock, you're not going to want to wake up at 7 just to get ready so that you have to. Because I know, like, one thing about it, like, our dorms was all the way on one side, and then our classes was all the way on the other side. You got to walk all the way to the other side on the other side of campus just to get to your class. Like, you're not going to want to wake up that early. Like, I made that mistake my freshman year. You know, not doing that. So, like, the perfect time is 9:30, 10 o'clock. And, you know, after a while, and then on top of that, like some of your classes, there was only like Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday. So make sure you're planning it right. If you got things that you know you're going to want to do, like I know for me, we have every Friday, 12 to 2. I made sure by 12 to 2 on Fridays, no classes. I might have a class at like 10 o'clock that morning, and then another one probably 11:30, and it might run into 12 to 2 just a little bit. But at the end of the day, like you just got to schedule it right. Know what works for you.
Okay. So you done experienced a little bit each, right? So I got to ask you, you sound like you're the queen of the turn up one time in your life. One time you was the queen of the turn up.
At one point in time I was, you know.
Right. Okay. So let me ask you, right? I'm going to give you, I want to say, I think it's going to be 3 or 4 different categories of people. I want to know who turns up the most. Is it the street life parties, the college parties, the fraternity life, and then I'm going to say the old school heads, kickbacks, family reunions, liquor house parties? Who turns up the most? Who's the queen? Who's the king and queens of the turn up? College. Do they party? That's like we party.
I mean, I ain't gonna knock the old school kickbacks. I'm not gonna knock it, but you know, after a while, y'all get a little tired and y'all gotta go to bed. So one thing about the college ones, it don't end if we don't want it to end.
What's the longest y'all ever partied?
I can say there was one, like, it may not have been a party in the beginning, but it probably started till like 10 o'clock and didn't end till about 6, 7 the next day. Just partying, having fun. Right. You might go to the store. You might go to Walmart, get some stuff from Walmart, come back, party some more. Like, it was kind of one of those things. Like, you was just partying all day, getting lit.
Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's the experiences that people live for. It's like some of these things, some stories go to the grave. Like, yeah, we ain't gonna talk about when we was in college now. All right, I'm in front of my family. All right, leave that there. Don't talk about it.
Look, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Right. Okay, so around this time, right, were you still writing? Were you doing poetry now? Were you still keeping a journal? What's going on around this time with you?
During college time, I took a break.
Okay.
Because it really wasn't that much that was really going on. That, I mean, you know, it was more so memories. Okay, I remember that, but mentally, like it was kind of like one of those things that relieved me mentally. So I didn't feel the need to release that on pen and paper and or in my phone and my notes. But after I had my second child, you know, after my master's degree, I did pick it back up and I went back to writing. Just because like now I'm not gonna say that, but now I'm here. Not gonna use that word, words matter, but but now I'm here with 2 kids, and you know, it's hard, especially, you know, just getting out of school, like that's hard. So I was going through some things after that, so I did pick it back up and get back to writing after that.
Okay, so let's go back in your head. We're reflecting. What was your first thoughts, motherhood? If you could relive that experience, how did that feel? First time motherhood, boom, the baby's here, wham, push, she's here, he's here. First time you hold a baby. You know, they put it up against your skin.
I ain't gonna lie, I cried so hard after they you know, placed my baby on my chest and whatnot. I cried really hard, and the first thing I said was, "Do she have hair?"
All right, it matters. All right, it matters.
If my baby don't have no hair, y'all need to put her back up there so she can grow some.
You ain't going with it. You ain't going with that. In the Black community, we don't play that. So
we don't play. Like, my baby girl gotta have some hair. So yeah, that was the first thing I asked. But you know, it was just it was a different type of feeling. Like I don't know if you could really put it into words, like, because like you really just brought life. Powerful. And it's different, you know. Right. So it was just, I don't know. I was happy. Okay. I can say that. Like, I was really happy. Like, I was crying happy.
I never get to experience it, right? I've been on the other side. I've been a father before. I can never be a mother.
I hope not.
Right. Yo, so let me ask you, did motherhood instantly kick in right then? Boom.
Yeah. I mean, one thing about it though, I've always, like, if you ever talk to any of my friends, like, I've always been the mom in the group, and I feel like every group has the mom in the group. Right. So that was me. So, like, you know, even when I was younger and it was my cousins, like, I had cousins that was older than me, and, you know, back in the day, they'll leave us at home. Like, they'll be like, we going to the store, you know, family, the parents, all that. They'll leave us at home, and they'll be like, we going to the store, you in charge. They'll point to me, and I'm like, well, I'm the youngest. What you want me to do? Like, they ain't gonna listen to me. They gonna beat me up.
They want you to tell it when they come back.
I was always the mom in the group, so when it came down to my kids, like, it just kicked in.
Okay, so it just kicked in. So let me ask you, right? You just said a thing. I'm just teasing you now. You said you was the youngest. They left you in charge. You said, but I'm the youngest. Did they leave you because you was the mature one, or did they leave because they know you're gonna tell it?
Both. They knew I was gonna tell, but they also knew that, like, one thing about it, like, I know there it's just certain things that I just wouldn't do. Right. Like, y'all, I feel like y'all get in trouble for the dumbest things. Like, why would you even do that? That don't even make sense. So, like, my family knew, like, Tandra not gonna do nothing like that. She the mature one, this, that, and the third. So yeah. Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, yo, I ain't gotta get in trouble to know that ain't where it's at right there. Exactly. I learn from other people's mistakes as well. So now, right, you're an auditor. Seen a couple movies, right? I think Will Smith was an auditor in one of his movies, 7 pounds, 6 pounds, something like that. Where auditing is like, yo, we investigating you, right? The money, the receipts. We want you all right, IRS type situations. Right. I think, that was the movie. If I'm not mistaken, 7 pounds. Right? He was doing that. So it's like, yo, what did you learn? And what's some mistakes people make from your experience when it comes to auditing and business owners and stuff like that? What are some of the common mistakes people make?
Well, one is not having the supporting documentation to back up your transactions. Wow. That's one of the main things, because when we audit, we want to see what support are you providing. Like, if you saying you making revenue, we need to see the invoice that you invoiced to this person. We need to see the journal entry that you made in order to track that your revenue is actually being tracked. Like, we need to see all of that. So the one thing is like just the supporting documentation. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people would mistake and misplace and not take care of, is having, you know, all of the documentation that they need to support all of their transactions that they're doing. Because you don't want to overstate your revenue, and you don't want to understate your expenses, because now you're saying you're making more than what you're actually making.
Right.
So it's like you really have to have supporting documentation for everything.
Okay. All right. We all family here, right? Yeah, we're talking about the Black community. People know how to spend some money, right? But a lot of us, we don't know how to manage money. Right. So you got business owners, right? I got an online boutique. I'm over here. I'm doing parties. I'm a promoter. We're doing cash business. Is that a go, or you met red flags? You're messing up. You're doing cash business. Paying under the table. Flag. Paying you up under the table.
It's not a under the table.
Paying under the table. They say you take care of your own taxes, but they give you cash money.
But how is that so different from a stripper club?
Same thing. What about strip? We're gonna educate everybody. You're the professional. We talk about strippers and everybody.
At the end of the day, because one thing about it, like, that's no different from a waiter, and that's no different from a stripper. Right. And so if at the end of the day, the business owner is able to support the money that they're making and the money that they're actually spending, then you really don't care, because you're able to support it. Because if you think about it, like, even a waiter, like, they get paid minimum, less than minimum, like $2-3 an hour, and then they make money off of their tips. But one thing about it, like, before they even leave for that day, they have to show, you know what I'm saying, count their tips, and they have to write down exactly how much they made in their tips. Wow. And that goes to the business owner. And so as that's support, that's basically supporting documentation that, okay, well, this is how much this business is making. Right. You get what I'm saying? So, like, you have to, it's really all about the support that you're able to do. Just like strippers, just like, I'm gonna pay you under the table. Okay, I could pay you under the table. Just like if I was to be doing hair, like, I'm really getting paid under the table because I'm not paying nobody else to do it, or, you know, or nobody else is paying me to make this money. So it's like, you're really getting paid on the table. But as long as I'm able to support how I'm making this money, and or the bit, like, if you have an asset, land, if you have land, and you're showing, okay, well, this land is depreciating, and you're amortizing the depreciation of this land, then you should be good. Like, and you showing support that you're actually paying on this land, and, you know, you're paying the rent, you're paying this, you're paying this, you're paying that. Like, as long as you're able to support that, and however you're making your money is how you make your money. Gotcha. But you still have to be able to support it.
You have to be able to support it. So, okay, I don't want to make you mad. I'm just going to ask 2 questions, because we, the Black community, we don't know this stuff, right? It may be a stripper that's watching that says, I have to pay taxes on my money. They've been just keeping the money. Like, my money is my money. Like, nobody knows what I made. What if the woman is watching? She's saying, am I supposed to pay taxes on my money?
If you have to fill out I think it's a W-4.
W-4.
If you have to fill out a W-4 for your job, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to pay taxes, because they're going to give you a W-2. So no matter what, if you're filling out a W-4 for your job, you are obligated to pay taxes.
Obligated to pay taxes. Now, what if they're doing a 1099? She says, I'm Miss Magic. I'm a subcontractor. 1099,
ain't that the same thing as, like, because I feel like I had to do that when I was in school.
Like independent contractor.
Right. Same thing.
Okay, same thing.
Anything that involves government documentation, you may and or may not be obligated to pay taxes.
Gotcha.
If it deals with government documentation, government paperwork.
Okay. Now, this is for Bubba, though. This is for Little Johnny and Big Rome from up the street, right?
Where do you get these names from?
Because we all know somebody like that. We all know Big Rome and Little Johnny. right? So they getting money the hard way. They getting money the hard way. Lamborghini driving. They buying property. But we know how they getting their money.
Right.
And they say, we can't pay taxes on this.
Mm-hmm.
What's your advice to Big Rome?
I mean, legally, you right. You can't pay taxes on none of that.
Right.
Because you're not really doing it the right way legally.
Right.
But you know, honestly, I just say if that's how you make your money, keep making your money and just hope you don't get caught.
Yeah, so that's the thing. All right, can they buy property or they need to get into somebody else's?
They could buy property. Now, one thing about it is there's all types of different ways you can go about getting what you need to get.
You can go get
like not everybody sits here and checks credit. Not everybody, you know, sees if you have a job and you're making 2 times or whatever. Like not everybody is doing that. So if you really wanted it, then you would go out and research, okay, well, where can I go to get this? What do I need to do that? Now, just make sure that you do it a legit way.
A legit way. Right.
But, you know, it's not to say that you can't do it.
Okay. So, all right. That's for Big Tony, Big Rome.
Yeah. That's
Little Johnny.
Yeah, that's for little Pookie at the store.
That's for them at the store.
Yeah.
So, okay, they get caught. $500,000 cash under the mattress. Mm-hmm. They say, yo, this is my money. Court system says, well, how did you get it? That's what we're talking about, right? How did you get it? What happens now?
That money getting taken.
That money is getting taken. Because
they not going at the end of the day, you're not gonna be able to support how you got it.
He said, I've been outside on Jones Street every day.
On Jones Street doing what? Illegally making money. If you have been illegally making money, then they gonna take the money because you're not making it in a legal way. Your money gone. So don't get caught. Like, wow. Or in that case, honestly, I don't see why people. They will call this washing money. They call this washing money.
But this is crimes. We're talking crimes now. I know what washing money means.
My thing is, at the end of the day, if you gonna make the money, at least do something with it. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not really washing it because I'm not telling you to go make this $500,000 and then just go put it in here and now you got clean money. No, right. But invest it. Do something with it and make it to where, yeah, you may have put in the time. But honestly, don't keep doing what you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Change up the fact that this is what you were doing. Change it up, and you actually become a business owner. You actually work towards doing this. You actually work towards actually getting this business to be where you want it to be. Don't keep being in the streets and then dibbling, dabbling, because that's what can get you caught up. That's what's going to cause the problems. That's what's going to get the friction. Right. Switch your lifestyle. So, you already got the money, so what do you need to keep doing that for?
All right. So what if Pookie and them is watching? Big Rome say, hey, I don't know. I got the money. I don't know what to do with it. Are you a financial advisor? Could Pookie and them call you?
Pookie, find what you like to do, you know. Because there's a lot of things you could be doing. You could wash cars. You could have a car washing business. I'm not saying, because everybody think when I say car washing, that's the first thing to do when you want to get some clean money. No. Like, they have actual detailing businesses. Like, and I would say make it to where the millennials actually want your business, because right now we looking for people who will come to my house and wash my car. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, have a niche and make or a niche, or however they say it. Like, find it to where you're actually appealing to other people and they want to use your product and or service.
Gotcha. Makes sense right there. The last question on the auditor, and we out of there, right? We don't want to get in trouble. We don't want nobody to get in trouble. We're gonna ask this is, they better rewind it and decipher what's being said.
Right.
Right. Okay. So now we got Treasure, right? Treasure, she's dancing, right? Uh-huh. And she's doing hair, right? Treasure ain't reporting nothing, right? She's going out. She got a house. Her and Pookie. This is Pookie's old lady, actually. Oh, gosh. So now everything is that Pookie owns is in her name, right? She's in the bank dumping money. What's some red flags that'll make a person get audited? What are some things that people do?
Too much money being dumped at one time.
Too much money.
Yeah. Too much money being dumped at one time, because at the end of, I don't know if you've seen this, but one thing about it, like we got to stay on top of, you know, the government and all that stuff.
Right.
And they actually about to start auditing money of an excess of $600.
Anything over 600.
Anything over $600.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's going into your bank account, if it's going, however, if it's coming from Cash App, if it's coming from Zelle, however, like they're going to start, the IRS is going to start flagging that. And it used to be, you know, $10,000.
That's what I thought.
They'll see what's going on with this money. But nah, like they really will start looking at $600. And I'm like, my check is more than that. So y'all gonna audit me because of my check? Like,
right.
Nah, it's crazy. So it's just like you really gotta watch how much money you put into the bank.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
And I would really say, if you got that much money, don't put it in the bank.
Okay, hold on. We got your cousin in the comments. Yo, salute the DayDay. She been in here. She been commenting. Yo, DayDay's in the building. She said, "Yo, you smart, yeah." Definitely. All right, now. Okay, so now, all right. I was trying to get into criminology, but we here. I don't know how we got here.
Okay, but we're
in criminology 101.
Okay.
So now Pookie's working off the Cash App. Mm-hmm. You don't got it? Here's my Cash App. So he drops off a little something. They Cash App him. I don't carry cash, right? So now, the end of the year, Pookie then made 50 drop-offs at $20,000 a pop in his Cash App. So Pookie's,
Pookie got money. Tell Pookie to come holler at me.
Yeah, but it's on the Cash App. How is he going to explain this? The end of the year comes. What would you tell Pookie now? You got all this.
Really. Listen. Okay, well, first, right, Cash App allows you to make comments on what the money is for.
With the money, Brazilian hair. I brought some lace fronts.
Okay. Right. Okay. Now, see, that is one thing because they will track that. They will track the for. Like, if you say for drugs, yeah, we're going to have to take this.
I hope nobody's waiting for drugs. I thought the lace fronts was that. Yeah,
honestly, I'll leave the for blank. I just send the money because if I'm sending it to you, then you know what it's for. You don't need me telling you what it's for. So I automatically leave it blank. But I don't know. At the end of the day, like when that money come through and you done made all this money, you done did all of this. Sir, be careful. Pookie, be careful because you may be one of the few that they don't look at, but it's just you really have to be careful. And if you can show that, and that's what I tell people, like everything is about showing receipts, everything is about showing documentation. Like it really is. Like I got kids, but how do I know they mine? Because I have a birth certificate. That what I'm saying, like it's documentation showing that that's my child. Because anybody that just off the street will be like, well, that ain't your child.
Right.
I mean, if she don't look like me, that's fine. She probably look like her dad, but that's my child.
Right.
Like, but really, just having documentation for everything. I don't know. I don't want to get into how you can scam your way around it because we ain't no scammers around here.
We don't do no scams.
We don't do that. So it's just like you just got to be smart. Basically, just be smart in your moves.
Okay, and that's it. This is the last one. I don't know why it's this. I got the criminal line over there. They just keep calling in. So Miss Gail and Shelly Thunder says, "Well, we make receipts and work and check stubs. What's the deal with that?
We make it."
They said, Miss Gail, Shelly Thunder, I'm gonna leave their location undisclosed. They said they make a check stub for you.
They make it.
They make it.
But it's not legit.
What would you say?
That's scamming.
We don't do that.
But that's what that is.
I'm about to change my number. So Miss Gail, so they called me, told me they could make a check stub or receipt for me. I need to hang up with them. Hang up the phone. Pookie, I told you. Stop letting them people make them checks.
That's scamming. Right. That's scamming. You just really got to be careful with it.
You got to be all right. We're gonna leave that alone because we don't do no scamming. Don't have nobody making no check stubs and receipts for y'all. That's going to get you flat. All right. Now, writing, right? Spoken word. What was your first experience like?
Can you hear me?
I can't.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? All right.
I can see your lips moving though.
I'm going to play a video. 1 minute. I'm going to play a video. Wait a minute before you do this. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm going to play a video. I'm going to play a video. When I play the video, you go out and come back in. We like playing charades. You go out and come back in.
Wait. Okay. You want me to leave and come back?
Right. Okay, so we're going to play a video right quick. This is getting good right here. So, yo, she's actually in this video right here. Salute to my homie up in the building. You know how it goes down.
Snatch his soul, make your body shake and shiver. There's a soul to make go. He dripping me in diamonds cause he know I'm a baddie. He the boss, that's why I'm calling him baddie. Daddy is a nigga that been snatching his soul, make your body shake and shiver. There's a soul to make go. He dripping me in diamonds cause he know I'm a baddie. He the boss, that's why I'm calling him daddy.
I said, daddy, we could do it any way that you wanna, and I'ma finish him like my name was Katana. Yeah, he call me Katana, cause we gon' need a fan. Multiple orgasms, always part of the plan. Pussy stay dripping down like he fucking a fountain, and he make me reach my peak while he climbing my mountain. Say he want a doggy style, cause I'm his ride of that bitch. He engaged in this pussy, so he wanna get hitched. He be snacking on his pussy, steady slurping his clit. He keep it up, he gon' be full and gon' be burping this shit. Out in public, I'ma always keep it classy, miss. But when it's me and daddy, know I'm getting nasty, sis.
Daddy is a nigga that been snatching his soul, make your body shake and shiver. There's a soul to make go. He dripping me in diamonds cause he know I'm a baddie. He the boss, that's why I'm calling him baddie. Daddy is a nigga that been snatching his soul, make your body shake and shiver. There's a soul to make go. He dripping me in diamonds cause he know I'm a baddie. He the boss, that's why I'm calling him daddy.
Hey, daddy off that dude say, yeah, you know we some freaks. And when he catch me tryna run, he be spanking them cheeks. He say, you better do whatever daddy tell you to do. I tell him, you the boss, daddy, keep controlling me, boo. Loving how sexy bodies be colliding, daddy. Make me wanna climb on top of you and ride it, daddy. Betty make me come cause he know I ain't faking the shit. So he be stroking real deep, had me shaking and shit. See, I don't think you understand how he be stroking the check. He be in it doing circles and be choking my neck. And the way I throw that ass back, he ain't stand a chance. Got him wanna take me shopping, spending all of his bands. And it ain't just sex, we got a real connection. That's why soon as he see me get a still erection. Ain't just sex, we got a real connection. That's why soon as he see me get a still erection.
Daddy is a nigga that been snatching his soul, make your body shake and shiver. There's a soul to make go. He dripping me in diamonds cause he know I'm a baddie. He the boss, that's why I'm calling him baddie. Daddy is a nigga that been snatching his soul, make your body shake and shiver. There's a soul to make go. He dripping me in diamonds cause he know I'm a baddie. He the boss, that's why I'm calling him daddy.
He like it when I'm on the back with my legs in the air. And when he hit it from the back, he grab a pop full of hair. And I never let his money wood go to waste, cause I'ma grab it, put it in my mouth and get a taste. I said, babe, look at how this pussy dripping and shit. He know this pussy his cause he say it be gripping the dick. Like it don't wanna let go, I wrap my legs around his back. Have him bustin' all night like he shooting his gat. And I love when he go down and lick the cake, cause he give me good service like he Chick-fil-A. He try to hit it anywhere, man that shit be so abrupt. And I ain't finished with his ass till I see that dick erupt. Like a fiend, gotta have that loving every day. Dick so good, made me wonder how these hoes be gay. The way he lay that pipe, he had me coming down my walls. And he say he like the sound when I be humming on his balls. The way he lay that pipe, he had me coming down my walls. And he say he like the sound when I be humming on his balls.
Alright. You can hear me?
The way he lay that pipe, he had me coming down my walls. And he say he like the sound when I be humming on his balls.
Alright. Salute to LuvDayDay up in the building. That was daddy. You in that video right there. What was that like shooting that video? That's one of my favorite joints from LuvDayDay. What was it like shooting that video right there?
Oh, it was one of your favorite joints.
I like all her stuff, man. LuvDayDay.
You like the daddy one though, huh?
I mean, hey, yo, it boosts my esteem. If I'm riding down the road, I look at somebody, I turn it up on them. That's exactly how we roll it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It was an all-day video. I ain't gonna lie. Like, we was shooting it all day long, but it was definitely a fun video.
Right. It was fun shooting that. So, okay. Right. You there on the set, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is your cousin. Right. How did that feel? You see the video play back after it was done. What's going through your mind?
Ooh, I'm like, okay, we did that. Look at us. Like, we look so cute.
Yeah.
Okay. It came together, like, cause I ain't gonna lie, you know, DayDay is very particular when it comes down to her craft. So just to see that, like, she able to put it out there and have it out there, and she's good with it, and you know, it ain't no, okay, well, we need to take it off and edit it. Like, it's just wonderful.
Yeah, that's dope right there. So, okay, what is that experience like? Y'all both in the A.
Mm-hmm.
Right, to see your cousin doing her thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, how does that feel watching her live her dream?
I mean, I love the fact that I'm able to see, you know, my family actually prosper and do something that they really want to do.
Right.
It gives me a warm feeling, and it really boosts my energy. And you know, me just wanting to be like, okay, well, if my cousin can do it, or my uncle, my daddy, whoever, like, if you could do it, I could do it. And I mean, I've always been like that. You know, it's not that I need somebody else to show me that they can do it, but it's just the fact of, like, you moved out here from Chicago, you know, and you just did it, like, and you doing it. So it's like, I could move out here from Virginia, and I could do it too.
Right, and that's a beautiful thing right there, and that's definitely a good person right there. See, definitely solid people right there. So let me ask, when did you first find out she could do music? Then we're gonna get to your first experience with the spoken word. But
last year.
You just found out she can rap. Wow. Okay. So let's talk about that.
Cousin rap when she started rapping, cause I ain't never heard her rap around me. Like, we may play around, but you know, like, shit, I ain't never heard this girl rap.
Right.
But just to see, like, okay, no, she really out here doing music. Like, she in the studio, she putting, like, she doing it. Like, I was like, dang, okay.
Yeah. That's, you can still hear me? You can still hear me? You can hear me? Can you hear me? Somebody call you? Yeah, it's not going to sound out.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, when somebody's call, it's going to knock it out right there.
Dang, I still can't hear you. All right, hold on. I'm going to leave, and I'm going to come back.
All right, okay. I'm going to throw it to another video right quick. And it's going down, yo. It's getting good right here, yo. It's getting good, yo. Salute to everybody watching, yo. It's getting good. We're going to throw it to a video. Should be right back. Yeah, let's see what we're going to do next. What's the next one we're going to do? Okay, boom. We're going to do Frenemies. We're going to do Frenemies right quick. What up, baby girl?
Just got off the train.
Why was just out and I just followed your baby, your man, and your girl, your best friend?
What? Gee, you lying.
No, you know I don't play about them type of things. What you want to do?
Call the girls. Call the gas.
Say no more.
Black ops.
10-4.
Bitches be talking about go best friend. I don't need no best friend. Especially not a hoe best friend. Fuck you talking about.
Chicago, nigga.
Supposed to be my best friend, but you a friend of me. Snake in the grass turned out to be my enemy. Thought we was close to this, some bitches that was kidding to me. But fuck you and that nigga don't deserve my energy. Supposed to be my best friend, but you a friend of me. Snake in the grass turned out to be my enemy. Thought we was close to this, some bitches that was kidding to me. But fuck you and that nigga don't deserve my energy. The fact that you chose her is no coincidence. What the fuck you think that did to my confidence? They tell me be the bigger person, but I'm only 5 feet. Bitches gon' get knocked off, they keep on thinking shit is sweet. Of all the bitches in the world, you chose to fuck around with her. You risk you in her life, so when I'm shooting, duck around with her. Cause I ain't trying to be nice, no, not no more. All I wanna see is snake ass bodies dropping on the floor. Y'all smiling in my face doing gatherings. All the years that we put in, it wasn't mad. flattering. And I always had a feeling that something just wasn't right. But I knew what's done in the dark would always come to light. And they say don't fight the bitch, cause your nigga took that oath. But I ain't tryna hear that shit, so bitch, I'm fighting both. You see, this whole situation left my heart with a fucking hole. What I learned from this, never trust a fucking soul. To be my best friend, but you a friend of me. Snake in the grass turned out to be my enemy. Thought we was closer than some bitches that was kin to me. But fuck you and that nigga don't deserve my energy. Supposed to be my best friend, but you a friend of me. Snake in the grass turned out to be my enemy. Thought we was closer than some bitches that was kin to me. But fuck you and that nigga don't deserve my energy. You see, I'm mad at you, but I knew you wasn't shit. But my best friend, nigga, I thought she was legit. Should've thought with your heart and not with your dick. Of all the sluts in the hood, that's the hoe you had to pick. Y'all kept this little secret so crucially. After all I done, this is what y'all do to me. Now it's time to move on, go release and let go. I ain't putting shit back together like a set of Legos. Wanna ask, why me? But better yet, why her? You knew she was a slut, that's why you had to try her. Can't believe shit you say, cause you a motherfucking liar. But I'm a bag of boss nigga, how you heated like a dryer. Only reason you ain't touch is cause I still got love. Could've had y'all washed up like some motherfucking dub. And our other friends that knew about it, fuck y'all too. Cause y'all was cheesing in my face like shit was all cool. I been trying to be cool, ain't had a good fight in a minute. So any one of y'all fake ass bras can get it. I'm tired of being emotional and wasting all these tears. I'm ready to do damage, let my lawyer fight them years. But y'all made me stronger, and for that I gotta thank you. I'ma let the universe deal with you, cause karma is a gangster. So when you ready to quit hiding, we could cut to the chase. Can't tell me shit about the nigga, except has nut taste. Can't wait for you to run up, so you could get your ass carried. You still a slut ass bitch, fucking with a nigga that's married. Slut bitch. Bitch. Supposed to be my best friend, but you a friend of me. Snake in the grass turned out to be my enemy. Thought we was closer than some bitches that was kin to me. But fuck you and that nigga don't deserve my energy. Supposed to be my best friend, but you a friend.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Alright, so that's another one of my jams right there, right? So what was your reaction when you seen that, when you first seen that video?
This girl doing this interview at my grandma's house.
Wow.
That was the first reaction. I was like, oh, that's my grandma's house.
Wow. So that's your actual grandmother's house. The people tied up in.
Yeah. Wow. Like, that's my grandma's house in Chicago.
Wow. So
like, that's our basement. So yeah, I was like, okay, all right. I see my cousin. She doing her thing.
Right. Okay. So what was the first song, or what was the first time you heard that she could rap? Like, what was the first time you ever heard it?
That video.
That video right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's my jam, right? I'm a fan of the music, right? What's your favorite joint on the new project?
It's gonna have to be Texting Me, but it'll definitely be the remix. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Texting Me without the remix, like with Fabo and everything, but the one with the remix only because we did the video and I like the way the video was coming out and, you know, having Fabo's energy in it too. So I like that one.
Wait a minute. So you into Texting Me too? All right. So we already here now. We might as well keep it right here. We're gonna get to that, right? Mm-hmm. So now you're doing videos, you're being on the set. What is that experience like? And back then, did you ever think, I'm gonna be in a video?
Wow. Nope. Wow. Being in Atlanta, I'm telling you, when you come to Atlanta, like, you really realize that you could do a lot more than what you thought you could do. Because when I was in Virginia, I was very sheltered. Right. So, like, you know, me being me and then seeing all these little movies and like the video vixen, all this other stuff, you be like, oh, I'm never gonna be that girl. Like, I'm never gonna do that. But it's like, it's different ways you can go about being in a video. You don't always got to be up there with no clothes on, shaking your little booty or whatever. Right. Like, you could really just be up there just, you know what I'm saying, like enjoying it and having a good time. It's not always about showing your body and the sexual aspect to it.
Right. And that's a fact right there. So it's like doing it, not only being in your first video, your second video, being in there with your family. How does that feel? Like how important?
It feels good because like now you comfortable. Like you okay with doing the video, you okay with speaking your mind. Like let it, like if you would have asked DayDay, like she'll tell you like it's some points that I'd be like, nah, DayDay, nah, we gotta do it a different way. Like I don't like it. Like you know what I'm saying? You actually get with your family, you actually get your input. Like you able to get a little bit in there, even though it ain't my song and it ain't my video. I'm like, nah, because it got to be perfect. It got to be right. We got to have this right.
Right. Wow.
So it's like you just kind of, you put your little input in there.
Okay. All right. So y'all on the set, right? Let's talk about the Fabo one, right? I ain't seen it yet, but I heard a little bit about it. Pool scene, right? Were you there for the pool scene?
I was, yeah.
What's going on with the pool scene? I heard a lot about it. I can't wait for the pool scene. What's going on with the pool scene?
The pool scene is lit. It's gonna be. All I can say is you're gonna enjoy it. Like it's colorful. It's creative. They went all out. Like I'm like, y'all really sitting here doing this. Like, and we actually sitting here waiting for y'all to do it. That's what we doing. Wow. Yep, we doing that. So it's like the video is just gonna be lit. You really gonna like this video. Like if you like Daddy, you gonna like this video.
Okay, all right. So y'all making moves, right? All right, you going down the future. Do you see yourself doing more videos?
I do. But honestly, I can really say like how artists will have a main pick of like who they want in their videos and stuff. Like I think if anything, like I only kind of want to be in DayDay video.
Wow, that's the thing. All right, so it's exclusive. Like don't hit my phone.
I don't want to be no famous. Like nah, you a celebrity? Nah, I'm good. Cause you might expect more and or want more, and it's just something that I'm not willing to do.
All right, now I have to say two things. Right, you're in a celebrities video now. You're in a famous.
I am, artist. But see, I don't look at her. Like, I look at that's my family. Like I'm in my family video. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're right. She is a celebrity. Like, cause she doing big things, and she gonna definitely be big. Yeah, and that's one of my favorite people. She's definitely solid right there. So that's dope right there, and y'all doing it together. So it's like you said. It's like I'm not trying to be in everybody's video. It means something. I'm with my cousin, his family. Yeah, that's dope right there. So, all right, let's talk about the spoken word. Do you see yourself down the road? Because I've seen spoken word. People have the videos. Oh, that ain't your lane. Like, nah, you catch me in an open mic. That's about it. Yeah, catch me in an open mic. Every Wednesday at Grande Fume. I might be in there doing my little thing.
Right.
But definitely catch me at an open mic. I'm not really, the on screen type of female, like, cause I feel like on screen you don't really get the delivery, you don't really get the actual power and the words that I'm actually speaking unless I'm in front of you and it's a real audience and I'm actually talking to you. Then not only are you going to feed off of my energy, but I'm going to feed off of yours, because if there's a word that struck you and you heard that line, you like okay, like yes, like you know what I'm saying, like that gives me more energy. Like yeah. Now wait till you hear the next part. You know what I'm saying? So we feed off each other's energy when it's live. So
you said when it's live?
Yeah.
When it's live.
Not live like this.
I was about to set you up. I was about to set it up, yo.
He was like, so when it's live.
Right.
I want to make sure I heard this word right.
Right. Yo, so all right, for a little bit, you want to give them a little bit something live real quick? Just a little bit. It don't have to be everything.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So this is called Independent Woman. I spoke on this earlier. But it's kind of like a little give and take from Sophisticated Woman by Maya Angelou, but it's way more different. But that's where I got my feel from.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Independent woman, why do you choose to disguise the pain you hold inside? The man you have is there by your side, and yet you still choose to run and hide. Let him in. Let him know. The pain and hurt you've been through, honey, you gotta let it go. Your relationship with him is in trouble because instead you choose to diminish his ability to be the man that you really need and make him feel less than. So his only choice is to leave. Independent woman, don't push him away. Although you're scared, it's time to make that choice because deep down you want him to stay. Fight the battles in your head and let your heart win the war. You'll thank me later. Now show that pain the door. I'm gonna end there because it's more. It go long.
Yeah.
It's longer than this.
Right.
But yeah,
Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. You just jump right into it. You didn't do it. You didn't need a whole lot of prepping. You just jump right into it. How did you get in your zone? How do you do that? It's like, you said, okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit. Here we go. And you just, how do you do that?
You really kind of take in the words. You take in the pain. I usually try to take in what I'm feeling at that time, or what I felt when I was writing it. Right. So like, you take your deep breath and you like, okay, well, this is what I'm writing about. This is what I wrote about. And this is how I want my delivery to be. This is how I want it to.
I agree.
Oh, baby
I agree.
girl.
I agree. All right.
But yeah, you just take in the words.
Right. That's
and
it.
You kind of just let it go. You know what I'm saying? And my delivery is based off of the experience. When I say my poems, like I really try to give you like exactly how I felt at that time when I wrote it.
Wow. All right. Now I'm thinking it. She wrote it. Right? I'm gonna let you read it because you ain't gonna tell her no. You might tell me no. I'm thinking it. DayDay, we on the same page. All right.
Okay. I'm not gonna give you all of it because I'm telling you it's long. But I'm gonna just give you the next couple lines on it.
All right.
And
you gotta take us back then. Bring it. Keep it.
Okay, we gonna start over from the top.
Let's do it like that. Let's do it. All right. Let me get ready. Okay. Let me get ready. Cross my leg on this one. All right.
I can't with you tonight. I'm not doing it. Okay.
All right.
Independent woman, why do you choose to disguise the pain you hold inside? The man you have there is by your side, and yet you still choose to run and hide. Let him in. Let him know. The pain and hurt you've been through, honey, you gotta let it go. Your relationship with him is in trouble because instead you choose to diminish his ability to be the man you need and make him feel less than. So his only choice is to leave. Independent woman, don't push him away. Although you're scared, it's time to make that choice because deep down you want him to stay. Fight the battles in your head and let your heart win the war. You'll thank me later. Now show that pain the door. Independent woman, you are a rock. Keep your head up because that man, you may not need that man, or at least that's the saying that goes around. But just remember who is really going to be there when keeping your head up. And at the end of the day, that becomes a task and those tears come falling down. Be independent. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, just don't forget that man always got your back. All right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Now, okay. Yo, dope.
Thank you.
Hands down, dope. What inspired that? And what put me in your mind, right? You're sitting there writing that. What's going on? What was your creative process? How did you get in the zone? And how long did it take you to write it and come up with all of that?
Okay. Funny story. I wrote this morning. I wrote it this morning.
Wait a minute. The one you just did?
I wrote it this morning. So granted, okay, so I told you how I have notes. Right. And so the thing is, I write my notes and then I have a header. And my header would be what I name my note. And it was one of the notes that like I was really going through it with the father of my kids. And you know, our relationship was not working out, you know what I'm saying? So like the header of that note was independent woman. Wow. And so I chose that header and I'm like, I'm gonna make a poem off of just that. Right. So I took the header and I was like, okay, we're gonna make it into a different note and now we're gonna write the poem. And so it came from that because not only does it stem from relationships, but it also stems from me not knowing and hiding from religion, you know? And so it kind of, in essence, it really describes me. But I know that one thing about it, somebody else can connect with it as well, because it's a lot of independent women in life and it's a lot of independent women in my family. So it's like, we all just kind of going through the motions, the feels, and we all just trying to live life and learn our lessons and everything. So when it came down to writing this poem, it was just crazy thing is like, I think about little things, like every day I'm thinking about something totally different. And I was thinking about it last night and I'm just like, you know, kind of getting the word play together, because that's another thing with poetry. You have to have the word play and, you know, it got to sound right. It got to sound good. Right. So I was playing with the wordplay last night, and then this morning when I woke up, I was like, okay, well, I seen Independent Woman. I'm like, I heard the wordplay last night. I like how I was doing it, so I was like, let me just go ahead and write it. I wrote it in less than 10 minutes.
Wait, come on, 10 minutes?
If I know what I want to talk about and how I want it to come off, it's not gonna take me long.
Yeah. Okay. Time out. So were you trained or is like this self-taught?
Self-taught.
10 minutes. All right. Okay. Wait a minute. You're taking me fast. Let me slow down.
Okay.
You're taking me too fast. I'm looking at it, right? It's like, yo, you performed it and you know it. You're kicking it. I'm listening to the words. I'm watching your confidence. I'm watching the delivery, your rhythm. I'm watching all this. I'm thinking, yo, this something, you know, this probably took a while. That's why I asked, how long did it take you to prepare it? You know, I'm thinking you didn't practice this, you in the mirror. 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Today.
Yes. This morning, early this morning, like 8 o'clock this morning, I wrote it.
Yeah, and that's a gift in itself. Some people write, but they can't say it. So it's like they'll be like, what are you writing lately? I do poetry. Let's hear it. They'll slide you the paper. They don't have the confidence or they don't have the voice. Mm-hmm. How did you develop the confidence and how did you know your voice?
I just think that comes from knowing yourself and who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no different from a comedian. It's no different from an actual artist who does music. It's really no different from that, because if you actually willing to put the time into your art, right, then that's really all it takes. And then having the confidence behind that. I personally feel that if you don't have the confidence to actually get up there, you know, and say it and or just speak it when it's time or someone puts you on the spot, then you're not confident in yourself.
Right. Wow. Okay. So let's talk about your first time, right? What made you say, yo, I'm going to get up here and I'm going to do something tonight? One of my favorite movies before you start is Love Jones. Uh-huh. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Okay. What was your experience? Were you out with friends? Did they put you on the spot, or did you say, you know what, I'm gonna find me an open mic?
So I'm a part of One Way Entertainment, which is it's like a business where we host events that allow artists and the ability to, you know, do their music, do their comedy, do their poetry, whatever, you know. Right. We just give you guys, like, we basically host events and like you can come. It's open mic sometimes we actually have a showcase. So, you know, it was one of those nights where we actually had a Halloween party. Right. And you know, we had comedians come through, we had artists come through, And I'm like, you know, I'm up there DJing because, you know, I told you I did a dabble. I got a little razzle dazzle to me. I just try anything. So I'm DJing. I'm like, you know what? Like, I think tonight is the night. I think one thing about me was because I never been like really on stage, I didn't want it to be too many people. Like, I wanted to have just a tight knit of people in one area just to get a grasp of the audience and how they could react off of what I was saying to them. Right. And so I was like, you know what, tonight is the night. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Like, I just kind of put it in my head, like, you're gonna do it. It's gonna be tonight. Just do it. And then I got up there and I did it, and I got a lot of good feedback from it. So I did it another time. Like, I've only performed two times.
Wow. I mean, you can't tell by looking at it. Look,
Thank
like
you.
Every night.
And that's the funny part, because when I performed the first time, like, people were like, that was your first time ever getting on the stage? And I'm like, yeah. They was like, we couldn't tell. But then I don't tell people that either. Like, I don't be like, oh, this is my first time performing, or I've never performed before. Like, I don't just go up there, because, like, you won't know unless I tell you.
Right. I would have never known.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I only performed 2 times, but out of those 2 times, it's like, I've always gotten good feedback and positive feedback from the poems that I have done.
Right. And that makes sense. So let me ask, when you writing it, do you hear it in your head already?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Like, I will know it. I kind of get a grasp of how I want to deliver it when I'm writing it. Like, if I write, like, why do you choose to disguise the pain you hold inside? Like, I know exactly how I want to say it. That way it comes off the way I want it to come off. All right.
Okay. Because I'm an artist, right? I know sometimes artists, when we coming up with our cadence, right? Mm-hmm. We may mumble, or some people make that. Mm-hmm. They clapping, they snapping their fingers, getting their rhythm, right?
Right.
I hear you just, what did you say again? How did you do it? Because you got a cadence with it.
Why do you choose to disguise the pain you hold inside?
Right. So, okay. So as you're coming up with it, right, when you're writing, are you thinking about that? Because I know as a writer, as an artist, music artist, it's like, if I said that, why do you try to hide? I'm thinking in my next line, what am I going to say next?
Yeah.
Or does it just flow for you?
Yeah, like, I think about, okay, so when I'm writing my poems, like, I try to think about, one, okay, what's going to flow? What makes the most sense? But then also, how am I going to convey what I'm actually trying to say? Like, because I can say, you know, oh, that light is green, but if I really want to put it in a poem and make it to where it's a little bit more abstract, it's a little bit different, I could say, oh, that light is so beautiful, look how it turns green. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the dark, it just may not be seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I convey the fact that this light is green without actually saying, oh, this light is green? Like, right. I try to do that, but then it's just like, when it comes down to the rhyming piece and the cadence of certain words, and if I want to say this fast, or if I want to say this slow, or do I want to speed up and then slow down, or slow down then speed up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that right. comes into play too, but it all comes into play as I'm writing. Like, it's never just me thinking of it and then I'm like, oh, that makes sense, and then I go back to it and be like, oh, I'm gonna say that slow. Nah, it's like, nah, this makes sense, and I'm gonna write it like this, and then I know in my head, like, I'm gonna say it fast. Like, I automatically know how I want it to be delivered as I'm writing it.
Wow, and that's a gift in itself right there. That's definitely a gift, because everybody can't do that, right? So, yo, that's dope right there. Salute to you on that. So it's like you're creating and you're coming up with it. You're hearing it in your head.
Yeah.
What are some spoken word poets that you look up to? Deep writers.
Okay, well, I mean, first is definitely Maya Angelou. Like, come on now. Come on now.
Right.
And to be completely honest, like, I just started getting into the poetry itself and spoken word. So, like, right. I'm still in research, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still looking at delivery from other people and how they go about it. I'm still just trying to get an understanding of the aspect of it. Because a lot of people don't know that poetry is totally different from spoken word. Like, poetry is written down. in a book or on pen and paper, and spoken word is the delivery, like actually speaking the poem that you wrote. Like, so it's totally, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's totally different. Like, you can say, oh, I do poetry, and that I'm automatically going to think, oh, so you write.
Right.
But then if you say, oh, I do spoken word, I'm like, oh, so you perform. Right. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's different. So it's just like, I'm really just, like I said, like when it comes down to that, like I look into definitions, I try to research as much as I can. And I'm still in the midst of doing that because I'm still trying to get my own like my own thing and my own move and groove into how I want to be out there when it comes down to spoken word poetry.
Okay. So, all right. And I respect that. So take me through your process, right? You've done it twice. What was your preparation? How did you get in the zone for both performances?
Well, it's in my notes. So 9 times out of 10, I'm reading it. I'm going over it. I'm thinking about how I wrote it, because how I wrote it is how I want it to be delivered. I don't need to change it up. And if I change it up, then I will end up messing up, because that's not how I thought about it in the first place. That's like, you know, say if you did a song and you know this is exactly how the song go, but then you try and go do it a cappella and they change up one of the instruments, you probably might mess up because you're like, I'm not used to that instrument being on this song. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's the same thing when it comes down to how I deliver. So I definitely go through, I make sure, like, you know, I'm reading it. I say it maybe once or twice. Like, I sit in my car and I just rehearse it. Like, okay, well, this is how I wrote it. This is how this should be fast. This should be slow. This should be emphasized and that shouldn't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just go through that whole process. And then when I get up there, I just try to like take a deep breath. I always take a deep breath. It's always about taking a deep breath. Take a deep breath and just close your eyes and think about, okay, let's go. Like, this is how it's going to be. And then you just let it go.
All right. So I got to ask you, right? I heard people like Beyonce, performers, say when I get on the stage, it's like I become somebody else. Mm-hmm. Is it that way for you, or is this just who I am magnified now?
Nah, like, I don't think I become somebody else. Like, I think I become the true me. Like, there is nobody else. It's really just, I become Tandra. Like, I have a poem called Imperfectly Perfect. And at the end, I say I am imperfectly perfect. And, you know, like, I'm Tandra. You know what I'm saying? The end. Like, that's the end. Like, ain't nothing else to it. Like, let me start my story all over again, because I found out who I was. I'm imperfectly perfect. I'm Tandra, the end.
That's it.
So it's like, I don't really find, there's nobody else. There's no alter ego. You know what I'm saying? There's no other personality that comes out. It's really just me being in my own state.
Wow. And that's real right there. I respect that. So I don't know you outside of today. The people watching, they may not know you. If you had to describe who Tandra was, who are you?
I mean, number one, first and foremost, I'm imperfectly perfect.
Right.
First and foremost. Right. But, you know, I'm definitely, you know, I'm creative. I'm an auditor. I'm a mother. You know, I'm proud to be African American. And at the end of the day, like, I'm just out here just living life, and I'm just trying to learn myself more and more each day. And each day is a learning lesson. And I just feel like, you know, that's something that everybody should aspire to be and should aspire to do. Right. Never take life for granted.
Never take life for granted. Yeah, and that's a fact. That's real right there, right? So, okay, you said a little bit about DJing, right? You said I was gonna let it ride, but I don't forget anything. You just let it go. Okay. All right. So DJing, right? Mm-hmm. So you like tick tick tick.
No.
Are you playing songs?
Nah, it wasn't nothing like that. It was literally like our DJ was late. Right. Our DJ was late, so right. He was late to the event. So I just, you know, decided like, you know, I gotta be the one to step up and play the music, because I know what everybody listening to. I know what they like to listen to. So, you know, you got one tab YouTube and a second tab YouTube, and you playing this song, then you stop and play that song, or at least you lower the volume, and then you go to playing this song, and then you up it. Like, it's, you know, it's a whole, it's really creative and a little technique that you got to do, and it takes a lot of time.
Wow. Hold on, wait a minute. Right. So you went old school on me.
I went old school. Cause I don't know the little buttons, you know, they're like, no, we ain't doing all of that. We gonna go YouTube, and we gonna switch back and forth from tab to tab, and we typing in the songs that we want to hear. Wow.
Now let me tell you, I'm a little older than you, right? You remember the VCR tapes?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the same thing you're doing right now is what you're saying, YouTube, right? Mm-hmm. Back in the day, that's how video DVDs was made. VCR tapes. It's like you watch Rap City or, you know, Video Soul or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. You get your one where you put all your videos on. This is the original VCR. So now you take that tape and put it in the second VCR with another blank. So now you can cut out your commercials.
Got you.
So it's the same thing. Yeah. Back in the day, you know, like if you had a camcorder and you wanted to add music to like a music video, you would run, that's when they had the two cords, the red and white or the yellow and red. Mm-hmm. You would put one is the audio, one is the video. So you have the camcorder running into the TV or the VCR, and then you have the audio running from the tape deck. So, you're doing that on social media, well, YouTube, on a social platform, the same technology. Yeah. So fading it down. Drop the other one in. Yeah. How did you learn that? Is just God's gift to you? What made you think that? Like, I'm gonna just YouTube.
It just made sense. It made sense. Because, okay, like you could, like I messed up a couple of times. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I had played one video, and then as it's starting to get to the end, I'm about to play the next one, and then like you could clearly hear all of that, and you still hear the last one, and it's just like, nah, wait, that's not how it usually sound when a real DJ do it. So let me try and make it better. So you gotta like lower the volume a little bit as that one's ending, get it to the end, but bring this one in. Mute first. You gotta mute it because you know it's gonna play. You know what I'm saying? You gotta mute it. Once you get that all the way down to the end, you slowly drag the next one up and bring it in. Like it's kind of like, it's basically like how you drive a stick shift.
Drive a stick shift. Now everybody can't drive a stick shift.
Not everybody. I can't drive no stick shift, but I know the mechanics behind. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what it takes to do that. You gotta hit the clutch, and you know what I'm saying. Like you gotta be in tandem with it, like that. So it's like it's basically like the same thing. You gotta lower that one, up this one. This video playing, next song. You gotta.
That's creative. Nah, that's creative. So what's your DJ name? Are you DJ Tandra? What's your name? DJ Tandra? What's your DJ name?
You know what? Yeah, we gonna go with that. Yeah, we gonna be DJ Tandra up in here, cause I ain't no DJ now, but if I was to, get into it, it's definitely gonna be. It probably be DJ T Hood or something.
Or T Hood.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. So let me ask you. I'm just. That's what I do. Media is good media. We ask questions. Right. So DayDay gets picked up for a tour. She said, "Yo, cuz, I need a DJ." Is T Hood gonna show up, or are you gonna be
T Hood gonna show up? But best believe DayDay better have some training lessons for T Hood to learn. Wow, that's all I need.
Hell, you ain't scared
I'm showing up. I'm showing up. I'll be right there. Cause one thing about it is you have to support. Like you have to support no matter what it is, because she can literally ask me to just come and do her nails, come and do her hair. You get what I'm saying? Like that's showing support, because at this point, like how else was you gonna get it done if it weren't for me? And then not even that, like this may be last minute and somebody else may have flaked on you, and you know you can call me and I'm gonna be there. So it's like it's all about support, and you gotta support those that support you. And DayDay is one person that I know is always gonna support me to the end, so I'm always gonna support her.
Yeah, and that's a fact. That's a beautiful thing right there. Family sticking together, and it's like you said, sometimes people drop the ball.
Right. It's
nothing like having somebody in your corner, like, yo, I'll be whatever. If I got to do hair, if I got to do the nails, and it's like, yo, a team player.
Right.
And it's like, because you're our family, you have a bond. It's like, that's always dope right there. So I'm just teasing about the DJT hood, but you wouldn't be scared.
I would definitely be up for DJing if need be, you know.
All right.
I got my little songs that I like.
And that's what I was about to ask you. My
little playlist.
Now, how you setting it off? Is this prime time action? Everybody about drunk. It's time to set it off. Mm-hmm. Coming to the stage. The wheels are still. DJ T Hood. What you gonna set it off with? What you starting the show with?
We're gonna start with Essence.
Essence.
No matter what, we starting with Essence. We gotta start with Essence.
Wow. Okay. So you already thought about it. You already know how it's going.
Yeah, I mean, because no matter what, when you drunk, no matter what, you gonna like that song.
You're gonna like that song. So now
it goes with each crowd. You know what I'm saying? Because you also have to play to the audience. You also got to play to your crowd. Right. So Essence is one of those songs that'll play to the younger crowd, the older crowd, the mid crowd. Like, it's gonna play to each one. So it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna get the feel right now of who gonna vibe to this, and then maybe I'll start up in the antique a little bit and going with Love Nakwanti. I think that's how you say it, or Nakwanti. Is that how you say it?
You gotta sing a little bit.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
You gotta sing a little bit.
No, it's like it's like one of those like
Caribbean
vibes. Yeah.
Afro beat
Caribbean,
type.
Afro. One of those type of vibes. It's one of those. Okay. I'll hit that one next, you know, because a lot of people listen to that one too.
Yo, and that's the thing, like, yo, you a good sport, yo. I'm over here messing with you. You saying it. I was just teasing. I didn't think.
I mean, hey, because it was in my head, so I was like, well, I might as well go ahead.
Yo,
go ahead and drop a little bit of jewel. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, that's dope right there. So, what can people expect for you the rest of the year, going into 2022? What can people expect from you?
Well, first and foremost, definitely be on the lookout for LuvDayDay texting me video with Fabo. Right. I'm in it, you know. I'm the best friend that she's talking about in it. So, you know.
And texting me, not in Frenimies. And texting.
No. Right. I'm the cousin beside her, ready to beat her up. Like,
okay, gotcha.
We ain't the best friend on that one. Nah, we family on that one. This one, I'm the best friend that she's talking about, or whatever. But definitely be on the lookout for that. Probably by next year, I'm starting Tapped In. Tapped In is my clothing company.
Tapped In.
And so by next year, around my birthday, so around July, I should have, you know, everything that I need to go ahead and get started with getting merch out. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And every now and then, you know, you can catch me at every now and then on Wednesday, you can catch me at Grande Fume Lounge. It's a cigar lounge in Riverdale. Where we have open mic, and I do perform out there every now and then.
Right.
But yeah, like, you know, I'm just out here just trying to dib and dabble and throw some razzle dazzle wherever I can.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing right there. So let's talk about One Way Entertainment real quick. How did you get involved?
So I kind of really, so I had a friend, and her boyfriend was an artist. Is an artist.
Right.
And he does music in Virginia, and he had actually got in contact with the CEO curator of One Way Entertainment, and it just so happened at that time that he was hosting an event at Uptown Comedy Central, have you ever heard of it?
I think I've seen a flyer or two before.
Right. So it was an event out there, and it was like a showcase each month. And so we just so happened to go out there, and, you know, at that time I was like, you know, I'm like, well, I'm LuvDayDay manager, because, you know, I ain't gonna let nothing happen to my cousin. So I'm like, I'm her manager, don't play with her, you know, like, we gonna make sure that she do her song and everything. So once we did that, you know, I got in contact with him, and it was just like, we just kind of been back and forth on what's next, what can we keep doing, you know, to get artists out here, what can we do to make sure that, you know, we're giving artists a platform to perform and showcase their abilities. And, you know, it's like really for first timers or people who aren't that confident in their music, their comedy, whatever. It's like, just come out and do it, and you'll get the feedback that you need, and therefore you can move, you know what I'm saying? You can move on and do bigger and better things, or you can keep coming back. Hey, we're all for it, but we just trying to give everybody that platform to just do and show what they can.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing and needed. People need a platform to showcase their talents and stuff like that. So were you always into performing, entertainment, and stuff like that? Even if not on the stage, have you always enjoyed stuff like that?
No. So I told you I moved out here last year. So I'm from Virginia. So like in Virginia, like I won't really, well, one, we don't have that much out there to be doing, like open mics. Like we may have some, but 9 times out of 10 you done been to them and they kind of like old and dried up. Like it's nothing fresh and new. Nah, for real, because when you grow up out there, it's like old and dried up. So it's like it's not really fresh and new to me. And then on top of that, like you don't really have a lot of artists that are that good. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some that are very good, and I wish that they would do their talents more, but some is just like, in my eyes, I just don't feel it's good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep trying, but hey, do what you got to do. If that's what you want to do, keep pursuing it. I'm pretty sure somebody is going to love it, and you're going to get that fan base, and you're going to be out there doing what you want to do. But, sometimes it's just not, in my eyes, what I like to hear.
Right.
So, when I moved out here, it was just like, it's so much to do out here. Like, it's so many different things going on, and it's like, it's fresh, it's new. Like, I ain't never seen no after hour spot stay open till 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, what?
Wow.
Everything in Virginia closed at 2 o'clock.
Right. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Like, it's never been like that. So it's just like, you just see different. It's just real different out here. So that's where it mainly came from, me just being out here. And then, I'm seeing my cousin do her thing. I'm seeing everybody else. A lot of people move from Virginia, come out here just to do their thing. So it's just like, that's what kind of gave me my push and drive to like, okay, well, I could do it too.
Okay. And that's the thing. Like, a lot of people, they go to Atlanta. Atlanta's popping. A lot of opportunities in Atlanta. How's your experience been? How do you like Atlanta so far? You loving it?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that right there. So let me ask, in your car, right? What are you listening to? What's your jams when you riding around? You got your alone time. Kids ain't with you. You riding out.
Uh-huh.
What are you jamming to? What's a good time for you?
Right now it's Tory Lanez.
Okay, hold on now. You're a female. I just want to be clear. You're a female. Tory Lanez is still in? Or he's canceled? Tory Lanez is still in?
To me, yeah. I don't feel like people should be canceled just because of the things that they go through. Like, if your music is good, then your music is good. Like, you not canceled to me. You might be canceled to everybody else, but I like your music and I like the delivery. I like how you sing, how you rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I choose that I want to listen to you, then I'm listening to you. Just like everybody say R. Kelly. R. Kelly is canceled. Yes, he is canceled. But his music is generational. Like, there are still people that don't care about, well, they care about what he did, but they don't care about the fact that they're listening to R. Kelly right now because of the fact that they grew up on that music.
Right.
So they still gonna be doing a little, like in Chicago, we still gonna do our little line dances every now and then. Now, you may have some family members that might be like, nah, we ain't gonna turn it out. You know what I'm saying? You might have your naysayers and this and third, but at the end of the day, the music was good. Right. You can't cancel nobody out just because of what they've been through and what they did.
I'm teasing you. I still play I Believe I Can Fly. Okay. Your body's calling me. Seems like you're ready. Right. I don't see nothing wrong. I wish somebody braid my hair. I'm with all of that. So I ain't studying them people out there. They play what they want to play. Over here, we play what we like.
Exactly.
So Tory Lanez is in there. What Tory Lanez is your favorite joint right now?
I'm still stuck on Jerry Springer, or it's really Jerry Springer, because you know he's talking about how she got him sprung, he got her sprung, kind of thing. Right. But yeah, that's my favorite one right now. I know he put out a new, I don't know if it's an EP or album, I'm not too sure. But I know he put out a new one, so I'm just trying to get into the groove of that one now. But yeah, I'm liking it. But I mean, if anything, if all fails, I'm always gonna go to Jhené Aiko.
Jhené Aiko. All right, now we're on another level now. All right, now we got to pull out, I don't know, the wind chimes and stuff like that. We got to set the mood now. We talk about Jennifer Aiko, right? I'm going to just breathe. Mm-hmm. So we get the energy right, right? Mm-hmm. What joint is your favorite Jennifer Aiko's? Janae Aiko. Okay. I didn't call her Jennifer. I'm tripping. Janae Aiko.
Yeah, Janae Aiko.
Janae Aiko.
My favorite. That is so hard because she just a well-rounded artist. Like,
right.
She's so good. But I would probably say my favorite is Above and Beyond.
Above and Beyond.
Which is on her Chilombo album.
Yeah, she's dope. I like her music as well. Very relaxing.
Yes.
Puts you on the zone. So it's like, okay. So you got Tory Lanez, Janae Aiko. Mm-hmm. What's your number 3? Who you rolling with?
Dang. Rod Wave.
Wow. Okay. All right. Wait a minute. We talking about Hard on Ice, Rod Wave? Or we talking about
I ain't gonna lie, the last one he put out, man, that whole album
wow.
That whole thing, like I will sit there and listen to Tombstone. I will sit there and I will listen to Pills and Bills. Like, look, I'm over here naming them because I know them. Like, that is, It's just, I will sit there and listen to his whole album because, like, some of the words, I really think it's more so like the words that they be saying and in their songs. It's just like, it's so relatable. And it may not even relate to me personally, but it'll relate to the fact that I know somebody that may be going through it, or I've been through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't know, and it's just like Rod Wave.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I seen this question asked on Facebook a couple of times before. Right? You're on a road trip, 6 hours, 6-hour road trip. You only could pick one artist to rock to the whole time. Who you rolling with? 6 hours. One artist.
6 hours. Shoot, you gotta think about who got enough songs for 6 hours.
Right. Who you rolling? Are you gonna be playing the same one over and over? You're gonna be tombstoned out after about 3 hours. You play it over and over.
I will listen to a couple songs about 3 times because, like, if I'm definitely in the car by myself and I'm listening to the song, I'm gonna feel it. And if I feel it, I'm gonna listen to it again. So in essence, it'll probably be Janae Aiko.
Janae again. So are you singing along while you jamming? Yeah. Which one are you singing to?
Above and Beyond.
Above and Beyond. What's the words on that one?
You're not about to get me.
It's dope, yo. But that's the thing. It's like, you like what you like, relaxing. So it's like positive energy, good vibe, and stuff like that. So there's nothing wrong with that. So you're not a trapaholic. You ain't with the trap music. You ain't with all that boobity boop.
Don't get me wrong now. Like, if I'm driving to go somewhere and I know, like, I'm about to get turned up or I'm about to get lit, like, I'll listen to some trap because that's gonna wake me up. I'm like, yeah, we ready to get lit, like,
right, okay,
like that's how I am. But if I'm literally just driving to the store or I'm going to, like, get something quick, like if I don't plan on drinking or getting lit or anything like that, I'm not listening to no trap music because all that rah-rah in my ear, I feel like I'm too old, and I'm only 25, but I feel like I'm too old to be hearing rah-rah in my ear at this time.
I feel that's what you got, an old soul is what they call that, old soul. You ain't with all that bumping. The old people say I'm not with all that bumpity bump.
Right.
All right. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. So if you're in a club, right? A lot of women, they on the sideline. They're not dancing. They drinking their drink. They being cute. These shoes hurt my feet. I ain't about to be out there doing all that dancing. But it's always 1 or 2 songs. If they play this one, I'm about to go out there and I'm going to tear it up. What's your 2 songs that if they play it, you're going to tear it up?
Soulja Boy, She Got a Donk.
Soulja Boy, She Got a Donk. Yo,
if that ever come on, best believe Tandra is getting down. She got a donk. Hey,
wait a minute. This is a Soulja Boy moment. That's the first time ever on this platform. He's the first to do a lot. You're the first to say, Soldier Boy.
Wow, really?
Salute the Big Drako. Salute the Big Drako.
Big Drako, cause listen, if that song come on, I'm there. I'm gonna be in the middle. Everybody gonna be like, look at this girl over here going crazy. Yes, look.
I'm glad you said that because your cousin had told me we got it queued up now.
Look, you play too much.
Yo, we can't have it serious the whole time. Nah, I'm joking, yo. But what would be the second song? So Big Drako's number one. What's number two?
It would probably be Rum and Red Bull.
Rum and Red Bull. So wait. I'm drinking
rum and Red Bull.
So my Beanie Man. You talking about Beanie Man? The girls them shaking.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, okay. So you party for real. All right,
Okay.
I ain't mad.
I'm telling you, college brought me through.
I ain't mad at that right there. So yo, what's some of your best moments turning up in Atlanta? What's been some of your favorite moments or memories? Don't put yourself all the way out there now. Don't say everything now.
No.
Right.
I think one of the first ones would definitely be it was a birthday party that DayDay had performed at, and she had asked she was performing Daddy.
Right.
And so she had asked me and the other individual that had been in the video with us to be the background dancers again, you know, basically do the dance that we was doing on the video.
Right.
And so, you know, we did the performance and everything. And after that, we ended up going to Waffle House.
Wow.
And I ain't gonna lie, we made Waffle House into Waffle Club because we took the aux cord and we had our music playing, we dancing. That's when Jocelyn, her song had came out with Welcome to Jocelyn's Cabaret. I'm here to please you, Daddy. And you know, that just resonated with everything. So like, yeah, that was a fun night.
I think that was on the live. Y'all was in the actually, I don't know if she performed it, but I remember y'all was playing. Was y'all dancing in the Waffle House?
We was dancing in the Waffle. Well, no, like after the performance, like we did the actual, like when she performed and everything, that was at what's that place? Harold's Chicken Ice Bar.
Harold's Chicken.
That's where she had did the performance at. But like after that, you know, we just went out to eat because you've been drinking, you hungry, so we went to Waffle House to get something to eat, and like we just turned Waffle House up.
Wow. How did that feel? Like now they turning up to your cousin. Y'all just left the party. That's the performance. How did that feel?
It was wonderful. It was such a good time. Like everybody had just enjoyed themselves and just like really, like I think one of the best things is just being carefree. You know, like knowing that one, the police ain't gonna show up. You're not about to get in no trouble. Like you just really enjoying the time right now. And like at the end of the day, you really just made a whole memory. You know, so it's like that was just so fun. And like I know that's one night I will never forget.
Right. Dope. That's dope right there. That's a beautiful thing right there. Okay. So is it other stuff? You do a lot, right? Is there anything that we might have forgot or might have missed that you do?
I don't know if I said it.
Right. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So
you braid. Fishbone braids. We doing cornrows. We doing
everything.
What are we doing? Everything? Extensions and everything? The Allen Iversons.
Yes.
All of that. The hearts and the designs and little kids, big people.
Yes, because I have kids myself, and my daughter, she don't play. Like, she don't want no little rinky dink cornrows to the back. Like, she like, nah, I want the heart with the design to go all this step away. She don't play. She don't play about her hair. So she want designs. I'm doing it. Like, I know how to do everything.
Wow. So let me ask. Okay. They said a lot of times they get it from their mama. She don't play about her hair. That means you don't play about your hair. All right. You ever had somebody try to play with you about your hair? Like, don't you? All right. Somebody said they know what they're doing, and then they didn't know what they was doing. You ever
My
had
mama.
We ain't gonna. Mama's off limit. We ain't gonna put mama.
No, my mama, because like one thing about it, like I grew up doing my own hair. Okay,
Right.
so my mama would hit me with, "Why you ain't ask me?" Because like I dye my hair and everything. She'd be like, "Why you ain't ask me to dye your hair? I could have did it for you." And I'm like, "Nah, girl, because you like to play." So then one time she asked me, she was like, "I could do it for you," and I'm like, "You know what? Like this maybe might be the moment that I need to just bond with you. So we gonna go ahead and do it. You know?"
Wow.
She did it, and I was just like, "Girl, you ain't touching my hair never again. Don't."
Wow. All right. So all right. On behalf of your mom's defense, what kind of style was she doing? You might have wanted something new age. What were you doing? What was she supposed
She
to
gave
do?
me the little bump like I was back in high school. She done took it and bumped it. Like
She
you
didn't
know,
give
like
you the. She didn't do that.
in, not out,
She
not
gave you that
not
one.
the curly Sues, but like in, like bumped it in. It was just like sweetheart.
Wait a minute. When we say bump it, we're not talking about belly with the banana. I had the bump. The guy, he had the bump going this way, where it's like,
Yeah.
wait, how old were you? When
Well, yeah, because last time she did my hair, I was probably what, 15.
Oh man, are they sisters? Wait a minute, yeah. Wait a minute. Time out. Yeah,
Wait, who's sisters?
Are they sisters?
Who's
Because
sisters?
y'all cousins. She said her mother did the same thing.
No, her and my mama and her mama cousins.
They're cousins. So she did the same thing. So was that the go-to family style?
Yes.
I'm gonna leave it alone, yeah.
It did.
I'm gonna leave it alone. Wow. Yeah. I think I missed this one, yo. I think she put this up there a little earlier, yo, but that's dope. She definitely was spitting. She said she might need to take heed to the message. All right. What does that mean to you? That's big cuz or little cuz? I don't know.
I mean,
I might need to take heed.
At the end of the day, like one thing about it is I don't want to put my cousin out there now.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But she definitely did used to watch me. She was my babysitter.
Wow. She used to watch you?
Yeah.
So
like,
she was
my baby brother. Yes. But yeah, no, like she used to watch us. So just to see the transformation of, you know, like we all grown now, you know what I'm saying? And like now it's like you're not watching me no more, but now I could really come to you and talk to you, and you could actually just come to me and talk to me, and it ain't like, you know, we kids. So it's like it ain't like that. It's like we actually adults and we talking about adult things, and you know, everything's a little bit more personable. Everything is just, I don't know, like it just feels good because I know that I have somebody that's in my corner.
Yeah, and that's a fact. So let me ask, when you were a kid, was she strict on you, or was she the cool cousin? She was the cool cousin, like, yo, you can break the rules with her?
Yeah.
All right.
Like, she used to take me everywhere. Like, even if she didn't want to take me, she would take me everywhere.
Wow. And that's the thing. So all these years later, y'all still close. That's a beautiful thing in itself. Right there. So that's dope. So was y'all walking around both looking like T-Bots?
I don't know if we was doing it at the same time, but honey,
wow. So you said
it was in the family. It was in the family. They just decided that's what they wanted to do.
So you said, I'm gonna start doing my own hair.
Oh yeah. That's when I took heed of the fact that like I'm gonna do my own hair and I'm gonna learn how to braid. So I started doing my own braids and everything. Like yeah, I couldn't do it.
Okay. And it's not wrong. So what was the hardest part to learn about doing hair for you?
Nothing.
It's just easy, just came.
Yeah. Like one thing about me, if I see somebody else do it, because my mama actually used to do hair before she even went into the military. Like she used to do hair and whatnot. Right. And so she kind of the reason why I learned how to do hair after a while. I mean, granted, yeah, she gave me some messed up hairstyles. So I was like, girl, you ain't touching my head no more. But really, a lot of things to me ain't hard.
Right.
It's really just taking the time and understanding to do it, how to do it, what to do. Like, just like I know how to change a cracked iPhone screen. Like, that's not hard. It's really watching YouTube, seeing what they do. It's a whole bunch of different screws. You got to know what to do with the wires. Like, a lot of things really ain't hard. It's just you got to actually take the time out to really learn it and understand what you're doing so that you don't mess up.
All right. So hold on. You know how to fix cracked iPhone screens?
Yeah. Up until iPhone 10.
Up until the 10.
Yeah, 11 and 12 is different.
All right. So if I know somebody that's got a cracked phone, Pookie hits me up.
Pookie hits you up.
I cracked my damn screen.
Yeah.
I said, I know somebody that can hook you up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You got a business for that?
Mm-mm.
You want to start one?
I should. I mean, hey, that's going to be another thing under my belt.
Right. Yo, that's the thing. But it's like multi-talented. And it's like you said, learning it. If you see it, I can do it. And it's like, yo, that's the thing right there. A lot of times people, things they can do on their own, they won't put the work in to learn. So it's like, yo, you one of those people like, yo, I'm going to take the initiative. I'm going to do it. I don't like the way they're doing my hair. I'm going to do it myself.
Yeah.
They trying, how much they charging? No, I'm going to do that on my own.
Because they do charge you a whole arm and a leg just to fix your phone. I'm like, don't even worry about it. I go to Amazon, give me a screen for $60.
Don't tell them everything. I might have somebody for you. Don't tell everybody nothing.
I'm just
I might have somebody for you.
They ain't going to know what to do with it. But it is cheaper. But look, don't mess up your phone trying to change your screen because you will do that.
And then now the whole phone is done. Now they messed up the whole phone. So yeah, that's dope. So we're doing hair, right? We're doing spoken word. We auditing, right? What's your future plans? Like, you got your masters. Like, what's your 5-year goal for you? Like, where do Tandra want to be in 5 years?
5 years. I hate to say it because I feel like I'm being like everybody else, but at the end of the day, that's really what I want to do. Is what I've been wanting to do. I want to have my own hair salon. Okay. Because that's what I truly aspire to do, which is hair. I plan on, going to cosmetology school to get my license. Once I do that, I will be working on getting my business license for doing hair. Right. And after that, I do want to have a lounge, because I feel like, just one thing ain't enough. And like they say nowadays, you got to have 7 different streams of revenue in order to survive. So I feel like that's just my thing. Like, I'm just trying to make it to where I'm having 7 different things going on, whether I can handle it or I can't handle it. I mean, I'm not the only one that's doing it, No. So that's the 5-year plan right there, is to really just have my salon going, hopefully have a lounge going on too, and just making it do with what I got.
Nah, I feel you on that. Fun fact: would you think that I went to hair school?
No.
I did. I graduated. Cosmetology school.
Okay, so if I come over and be like, look, I need you to do a little shine, you can.
I can do a little bit, but if I bump you like that, you're gonna cut me off. So I already.
I gotta kick you to the curb like my mama.
Nah, I would tell you, I went for barbering, but it's like the particular school I went to. This is how they got me. They said, well, you'll learn hair and barbering, so you'll learn how to do everything. Yep. Once I got in cosmetology, if it was, let's say 48 weeks, 40 weeks we spent on hair, nails, and makeup. 4 weeks we spent on barbering. So I left knowing about as much as I did when I started when it came to barbering. But I know all about hair follicles. I know all about cuts. I know all about colors and stuff like that. But once I was halfway through, I looked back and I said, I done came too far to quit. Right. It was about 120 of us when we started. Maybe out of the whole 120, it was probably 8 guys. Out of the 8 guys, 2 of us were straight. So now I'm halfway there, right? A lot of people, I didn't even know how to do a part when I started. I couldn't do nothing because, growing up where I grew up, boys didn't play with dolls. We didn't do that. So I literally didn't know how to do nothing. Halfway through, probably 40, 50 people then fell off. I'm looking back like I can't beat a statistic. Yeah. I graduated. I walked the stage. You remember in the beginning of the video that I was playing where I'm on the stage graduation day?
Yep.
That's my cosmetology graduation.
Wow.
Right. So yeah, fun fact. Yeah. But it's like I know y'all got the advantage on me. I'm not slow. You've been doing hair your whole life. For me, it's like, yo, I'll do certain things, but it's like I liked it, but it's so much I have to learn. So many people have a head start on me that is like I don't have the confidence to be like, yeah, I'll do your hair. Because my thing was the infusions, the sew-ins. I liked the shortcuts, the little 60 pieces where you know the real shortcut.
Yeah.
I was into that, coloring, cuts. Then I had a teacher. He used to do the units for like people with cancer and stuff like that. So he was showing me different lanes, like you could do these for cancer patients and stuff like that and make money that way, you know, and still make money. But my ultimate goal was to open a salon called Quality Styles. So yeah, but it's like I didn't stick with it. Hopefully you'll stick with it. It's still there. It's still one of those goals on my like, yo.
Okay.
So that's dope right there.
Don't let it falter.
Don't let it falter. See, now you might motivate me now. If all right, I'm gonna hit you up. Like, yo, I got the spot. I did it.
Hey, look, just hit me up for real because like that's really one of my main goals. Like that's something I really want to do.
Wow. So you went to the Bonner Brothers and stuff like that already?
Nah, I'm trying to, you know, I'm really trying to get more out there because like after I had my kids, like I kind of just been focused on them and my job and, you know, just getting situated with moving out here. So it's like now I'm able to get out there and, you know, experience a lot of things and do a lot more. So we gonna get there.
Yeah, and it's gonna happen. You're right in the right spot because Atlanta's a lot of big hair shows, a lot of platform teachers and stuff like that as well. And it's like outside of cosmetology school, any certifications you can get.
Yeah.
They have the classes, whether it be cutting certified and like using different products. So what part do you enjoy the most, or what do you think your main focus would be? Would it be like natural hair? Would it be the coloring? Would it be what's your concentration? What do you want to focus on the most? It'll definitely
be natural and braiding. Natural like braiding. Doing natural hair because I'm natural, my kids are natural. Right. I don't put heat on my kids' hair whatsoever. They've never had heat on their hair. Wow. So it's like, you know, that's really one of my main things. And I feel like I do like little testing with their hair. Right. Like I don't want to test it on my hair, but I test it on their hair because I know my hair is damaged from heat. Right. And with knowing that, like, I've never put heat on their hair, like, I do a lot of different things in hair, like, with just oil, you know what I'm saying? Not really testing as, like, testing, like, just see if I could do whatever, but more so, like, with products, like, seeing what products work for their hair texture, and then not only is it helping me, but it's helping them, too, because, you know, now I'm taking care of your hair in a better position, you know, better than how I would take care of mine. Right. So, yeah, for the most part, it'll definitely be natural hair and braiding. Like, I really do braiding. Like I'll do little styles here and there, but I'm one of the people like I'm against heat. I don't really like doing heat too much. So anything that involves natural protective styles.
Protective styles and natural. Okay, and that's dope right there. It's a lot now. A lot of people. I got a daughter that's natural. I told her when she did it. I hadn't been to school. I'm gonna go for the big chop. I'm gonna go natural. It's too much. I don't want to have to maintenance my hair.
Girl,
it's more maintenance with the natural. I tried to tell her.
It's even worse.
All right, I tried to tell her, but she didn't take my word for it. So now she's like, "Yo, I wish." It's like, but you can't go back now. It's like you didn't get it. Ain't no need to go back. You can, but that would be a defeat the purpose. You didn't chop it.
Of you even chopping all the hair off in the first place.
To go back. So she's natural. Actually, two of my daughters are natural. And one still, she's in between. She's natural, but she didn't do the chop. So she's halfway. You get what I'm saying? It's like she just let it grow out. She's going that route. So, you know, that's dope right there. So natural hair, definitely more work. Are you going to get into products? Big business in the products.
It is. It's just, I think I get, what's the word? I feel like a lot of people do it. And a lot of people are trying to do it. Right. And it's like, one thing about me is like, I never want to feel like I'm doing something because somebody else is doing it or I see other people doing it, which is kind of hard to do because it's a lot of people doing a lot of everything. Right. So it's just really, I kind of do want to get into like natural products, and making my own stuff for my hair, for my kids' hair, and seeing how it works for them, making them my guinea pigs, and then if need be, venturing out and actually making it into a product that I could sell. But I think it might be in the works.
Okay, so then under cosmetology, you got makeup and stuff like that. You into makeup? You beating faces? You ain't fooling with that. I ain't got time for that. What about nails?
I tried. Tried nails. I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience for it.
What about pedicures and manicures?
Nope, I don't like feet.
You ain't touching nobody's feet?
I ain't touching nobody's feet. I don't even like touching my own feet.
I got a secret for you. To pass that class, you can touch the feet. You have to. You got to know what it's like. They're going to tell you. That's how they got me.
To do what? In cosmetology?
You got to do the pedicure and manicure.
Cool. As long as they give me some gloves, I might be able to do it. Gloves and a mask, and maybe
it ain't that many. I think you only got to do 2.
I need to put on a ski, and zip it up, and I need to look like what's his name off of South Park.
Kenny.
For real, because I don't touch nobody's feet.
Yo, I hated it. And it's like, the thing is like I said, so like with the pedicures, we had to do it. So it's like to get graded. Plus they would say, you got to know how much pressure. You got to know the different massage techniques.
And you actually touching their feet with your bare hands.
I mean, you can get a glove and the water, you got the same. It's just like at the salon with Ming Yang,
I don't know. They be touching my feet with their bare hands, and that's why
I ain't with that now. Like they might have an athletic foot. I ain't with that.
Right.
So it was like, I had gloves. I had to rubber gloves. Okay. We had to do that. I had to do the blading. I had to do the microblading. I had to do the wax. And it's like, again, I'm one of the only straight guys in there. It was like me and a couple other guys. Like I said, 2 or 3 guys were the only one straight. But it's like part of we had to. Like, because you got to know how much wax to put on. You got to know threading. You got to know how to thread. So it's like we had to do all of that. So it's like a lot of times I felt vulnerable. Like, yo, I'm a man. I'm a grown damn man. I ain't doing that to get through the course. We had to, but it's like looking back now, I understand it. So like, I appreciate it. I appreciate what I learned.
I mean, so you had the experience.
Oh yeah, you get the experience. Right. So what about that? Like microblading? That you ain't into none of that.
Nope.
None of that. What about product selling? It's big. We talking $1 billion industry. Each one of these is $1 billion. I mean,
I don't know. We just gonna have to cross that bridge when we get there.
Cross it when we get there. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. Yeah, that's real, right there. So hair is the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Spoken word is the passion. Therapy.
Yep.
All right. Nothing wrong with that, yo. So what else do you do that we might have missed that the people may need to know?
That's it.
Oh,
that's pretty much it. I really, because really we could talk about this all day, long, because I do a lot. But at the end of the day, spoken word, hair, poetry, spoken word poem. I just try to get in where I fit in.
Right. And that's the thing right there. We got some spam going on, but we ain't even about to entertain that over there. We got some spam in the comments. They tripping.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Your cousin regulating for us in the comments, so we don't even got to say nothing over there. They bugged out. We ain't even gonna put that on the screen. So, all right. So now we're talking about that. Speaking of what's going on in the comments, right? The world, everything that's going on, right? Black Lives Matter, people going through certain things, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a Black woman, what's your take on that? Thank you. As a Black woman, what's your take on everything going on?
Really, I try to kind of stay out of it.
Stay out of it.
Only because, like, it's just too much. And I feel like one thing about it is, like, you can never really know what's really going on, what's the truth and what's not the truth, unless you're actually out there with the people that it's happening to, or anything that's going on. Because the news, one thing about the news is they're going to tell you their side and what they want you to believe.
Right.
Each news is definitely different. Each channel is different. So it's like, you kind of really just have to I don't know. I mean, definitely take heed of to what's going on and understand, what's going on out there. But like, I choose to just not really get involved into the political aspect of it because it's not really for me. Like, I know what I'm doing and what I'm doing works for me. Don't get me wrong, like Black Lives Matter, but at the end of the day, all lives matter. And I'm not just gonna sit here and say it's just specific to Black people. Yes, we do get the shorter end of the stick in essence.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like I could have said that, I just feel like we kind of make excuses for ourselves because like I could have said I got the shorter end of the stick when I got pregnant and all this other stuff, or I got the shorter end of the stick when I was going to an all-white school. I got the shorter end of the stick. Like, I can make excuses for everything, but at the end of the day, like, I still made it out and I still did what I had to do for me. And I'm in a good position now, financially, mentally, physically. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, we really just be making excuses for everything. And it's just like, I'm not downing Black Lives Matter, but all lives matter as well.
All lives matter as well. And there's nothing wrong with that. So let me ask, okay, Pookie in them. We got Pookie, we got Big Rome, Big Jerome, and Little Spanky in them, right? Mm-hmm. They killing people in the neighborhood, right? And we say, free them till they free, right? What's the message to the Black community, Big Rome and them? We killing each other, right? We get mad when somebody else kills us. We ready to tear it up, but we killing each other every day. What words do you have for our people?
That's the problem. That is the problem because we too busy killing each other instead of working with each other. And that's another thing. Like, and I can say this because this happens a lot where we have Black businesses and everyone's like, support Black businesses, support Black. We doing this. The Black business is all Black owned, this, that, and the third. And it's just like, it's funny how y'all want us to support y'all, but we get the shorter end of the stick. But isn't it mad funny how we always say, and when I mean by support, I mean by like, buying for them or, doing this and third. And when I mean by getting a shorter end of the stick is, in essence, African-American people do not know customer service.
Wow, that's right. You just bust
they
somebody
don't know how to, we choose that we are right at all times. The customer is not right, but we are right at all times. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, can you hear me?
I get it.
Okay. So, like, we always, like, just have that problem of, we got to support Black businesses. But the only thing is, like, we also need to understand that we get in our own way.
Okay. And that's real. All right. So now, part two.
I can't hear you again. This is so
not again? You can't hear me? Can't hear me?
Mm-mm.
All right, let's go out. Come out. We're going to go. All right, we're going to throw to a video. And then after this, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to go to the final thought segment and all that. We're going to touch a couple more questions. And then we're going to be up out of here. Salute to everybody out there watching. Definitely appreciate y'all. I'm going to play another one of my favorite joints right here. This is LuvDayDay again. And we up. It's the proof. Let's get it.
No, I love you, mama. I can never judge you, mama. You know I love you, mama. I could never judge you, mama. Even though we fuss, no matter what we go through, everything happens for a reason, how it's supposed to. I guess that's why I chose you. Couldn't ask for a better mother, you a rose boo. We ain't never have a lot, but I ain't know we was poor, cause the love you gave was worth just so much more. Daddy was a gangster, he was chasing the green. Used to chose to have me, and you was only 17. And daddy died, we lost him to the streets. I was only 2, could barely walk on 2 feet. Looking at my mama while the tears was falling. I'd do anything to take away the pain it's causing. but you a soldier, mama. I always be there just to hold you, mama. Going to Chicago State, you was born a leader, and you said that Donda West was your favorite teacher. I can't imagine all the things you went through. You witnessed a murder as a child and so resentful. Although your mama wasn't there to show you the way, you did the best you could every day. You know I love you, mama. I can never judge you, mama. You know I love you, mama. I can never judge you, mama. I always love you, no matter what. You know I love you, mama. I can never judge you, mama. You know I love you, mama. I can never judge you, mama. You know I love you, ma. I could never judge you, ma. On food stamps in the shop, we call it link. But mama kept it all together, we was on the brink. And even though grandma had to help to raise me, you still my number one, cause you the one who made me. Lord knows you been through it all. That's why sometimes you get lost in the alcohol. Reality is a hard pill to swallow, so I'ma be there even when you down in the bottle. I mean every word that I say in these verses. One day we gon' break these family curses. I remember it was you and me in a hotel. You ain't trust a man around me if you didn't know him well. You wasn't perfect, you didn't have a handbook, but you did the best you could. So I'm like, man, look, I don't think you know how beautiful you are. When God created you, he really raised the bar. Just a black queen trying to make it out the ghetto. I love you, mom, holding on, and I will never let go. I love you, ma. Love you, mama. You know I love you, mama. I can never judge you, mama. You know I love you, mama. I can never judge you, mama. You know I love you, mama.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
I could never
All right.
judge your mama.
All right. That's another one of my favorite joints right there. Now, all right. You listen to lyrics. You're a writer, right? You listen to lyrics. Knowing DayDay, knowing her mom, what does that song mean to you, hearing that? I know when I heard it, it was like an ultimate tribute. It's like some of the experiences she shared, a lot of people go through. But you know them firsthand. Seeing the video, listening to the lyrics, what was your thoughts when you seen that video?
I mean, one thing about it, it was definitely a tribute to Tupac's song.
Right.
But then another thing is that DayDay has been through a lot.
Right.
In general, like just a lot. And so one thing that you automatically think about is that, like, although she been through a lot, and you know, she even mentioned in the song, like, you know, even though, you know, my grandma had to help, you was still the one that made me. You get what I'm saying? Like, even though you were there, but you weren't there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still give you your props, I still give you your flowers. And it's just like, that's one thing, you know, we still gotta do, you know. And I feel like she was just basically giving tribute to the fact that, you know, it's gonna end one day. Your mama being here is gonna end one day. So give her flowers now, give her tribute. And even though she may hurt you, or she has hurt you, or you've been through some things with this woman, at the end of the day, that's still your mother. And you know that the day she's not here is gonna, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna hurt even more. So just do now what you can, what you want to do, what you would do, or wish you could have done. Yeah.
And that's real right there. And the thing is heartfelt. And it's like, yo, she's painting a picture. All right, looking at her, right? I've heard her story. I don't know all of it, you know, just from interviews and stuff like that, right? How proud of you are you of your cousin?
I'm I'm real proud of my cousin. I ain't gonna lie, shit. My bad, I'm cussing.
No, you
But
good.
I be letting her know too. And it be to the point where like I know like she had put out this video and I had just seen the video and whatnot, and I was like, DayDay, I don't like the way this video came out. Like I was just giving her 100% critique. Like, look, I don't like it. You know us. Like we gotta have shit. You know, we gotta have it looking top tier. Da 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 da.
Right.
And it was just like she replied. She was like, I understand what you're saying. You know, I ain't. You know, the video was good. This, that, and the third, but it was really just to show the natural body. Da da da. And I'm like, oh, okay. If that's the case, you know, I'm perfectly fine with it. But it just goes to show that, like, you know, I am 100% in support of what she's doing, and I always want her to put out her best foot forward, no matter what. And you know, even if it come down to me not liking the video, and I let you know, like, hey, I don't like that video. Like, what's going on? Like, this is not what we do. Since when? Right. But it's just like, you know, I kind of just. I support my cousin 100%. I'm very proud of what she's doing and what she's accomplished so far. And I know she can accomplish a lot more in the future.
Yeah, and that's a fact, and that's real right there. So you got a message for Shanae, Tranquila, and all the girls in the hood, right? A lot of them they misled. A lot of them they don't have goals. They're making the wrong decisions, right? As a black woman, educated black woman, what advice do you got for your sisters?
Follow your heart.
Follow your heart. Follow your heart.
That's the main one. Really, it's just follow your heart. Like, cause at the end of the day, I feel like if you following down the wrong path, that means you following down somebody. You're not following your heart. You following behind somebody, or you following behind social media or something else. You know what I'm saying? Something else is driving the force. But if you really were to follow your heart and follow your mind and follow what you know, what you want to do, you will make the best decision for yourself.
Yeah, that's real right there. And I definitely enjoyed the conversation, right? I'm going to end it with 3 more. We got 3 more? I know we done overdone it. You're like, yeah, I ain't never feel this like that jugger talk. But I'd like to have you back down the road because it was actually dope. It was pretty cool. I had a good time. All right, so let me ask, okay, how do you define happiness? What's happiness to you?
Happiness to me is similar to how I define success.
Right.
And I'm going to go by saying this. I define success as a journey, not a destination.
A journey, not a destination.
So I would define happiness the same way. It's a journey, not a destination. Because at the end of the day, happiness is truly how you are feeling at that moment. It is not permanent. It is temporary. And it comes and goes. Nobody is ever fully happy all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, like, one thing about it, like, I truly feel happiness when I'm around my kids. But there are times when I'm not around my kids. Do I still feel that same happiness? No. You get what I'm saying? Like, it just comes and goes. So it's definitely, in my eyes, is a journey, not a destination. And it's one thing that you are constantly seeking in life.
Yeah, and I respect that right there. So the second one would be 20 years from now. If somebody asks, 20 years from now, somebody's had your kids on an interview, right? And they say, who is your mom? How would you want them to describe you? What type of legacy, example do you want to set? So they're speaking about their mother 20 years from now. And somebody says, so who was your mother? Who was Tandra? What type
of? That's gonna make me cry.
That's the purpose. We at the end now. It's time to show.
Because, like, I definitely would hope that my kids, I hope they're gonna say, who is your mom? Because, you know, who was your mom sound like I'm dead.
No. You still alive and going. You going strong from here. And she said you did her daughter hair.
I'm still alive and going. I want my kids to be like, you know, my mama is a strong, independent woman. Independent don't mean she don't have a man.
Right.
I'm looking at you because you try to. I'm playing.
You
try to make it seem like independent men. I don't need no man for nothing.
Nah, I got you. I got one more question.
But it's definitely, you know, I think, you know, I would want them to be like, you know, my mom's an independent woman. She's successful. And she continues to be successful because, like I said, success is not a journey. It's not a destination. It's a journey. So she continues to be successful in every endeavor that she chooses to go after. And at the end of the day, you know, she's just a beautiful Black African queen out here just living life and learning lessons.
That's real right there. I got one more, and I'm gonna end it with that, and then you're gonna do your final words and your questions. But DayDay said her daughter hair was braided by you in that video.
Yeah.
Yo, salute. So salute to DayDay.
I be doing my thing. I'm telling you, I be doing my thing. Okay.
Right.
I done got my style seat set up.
Wow. So it's up. So they can hit you. Where can they get? If they want to get their hair done and their hair braided, where can they find the style?
All you gotta do is type in Tandra.
Tandra on style seat.
Tandra on style seat. Yep.
All right, and we don't do Facebook. No Facebook.
Nah, we don't do Facebook.
Instagram. _
Yes. I am Tandra.
Okay. All right. Now this is the last one, right?
Okay.
This is the hard one. This is where I hope we still be friends after this. A lot of people, they cut me loose on this one.
Dang. What questions you be asking?
I'm teasing, yeah. I'm teasing. We all want love, right? In a perfect world, right? We talk about marriage. We talk about love.
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe your perfect marriage, your perfect love, and what would you want in a man and some mistakes that men make when it comes to women?
Okay, so truly what I want in a man is loyalty and honesty and communication. Without those three things, I feel like there's really no relationship, because if you're not loyal, if you're not honest, and if you don't know how to effectively communicate, it's like, what are we truly doing here? So in essence, my perfect man is loyal, is honest, and knows how to effectively communicate with me and with others. Because you can have a man that knows how to talk to you, but you might just be the special case, and he could talk to his mom like shit.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, I need you to effectively communicate with everybody that you're around, not just with me. I don't need you to show me the pretty grass on this side of the fence, and the grass on that side of the fence ain't getting watered either. Right. I don't need that. As far as marriage goes, you know, I truly just, I've kind of gotten to the point where I don't really believe in marriage that much. I want to be married because of the symbol that it holds and the behind the scenes aspect of it. But that's just because we put our own value on marriage. Right. Just like we put our value on money, just like we put our value on our keys. You get what I'm saying? We put our value on our car. Our car is valuable to us because we need it. You get what I'm saying? Like, we are putting the value towards it. So that's what I feel about marriage. Like, I put my value to that. And if it means that much to me, then it'll happen. If it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of choose your value for it. In essence, I truly am not looking to be married. I'm looking to just have a wonderful relationship with a significant other, to where, you know, I have all three of my little lists that I need. Right. And, you know, we can really just work from there. And if marriage comes about, then marriage comes about. Now, one thing about it is, you ain't about to just be dating me and thinking you're going to get a married side of me, you know, and it's not going to, it's not in the looks, because like I said, honesty. I come into it letting it be known, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing I look for now. I don't believe in it, but because of the value that I hold in it, I would love to have somebody who would look at me as the same and be like, yes, I would love to marry that woman. And me the same way. Yes, I would love to marry that man, you know, because I hold the value in our relationship and how I feel about you. You know, now another thing is, you know, I don't need to go to the courts, and I don't need to have the government get into the fact that I'm married or not married. I don't feel like that really defines a marriage. You can buy me a ring. We can put the value into, that symbol. You know what I'm saying? Like the ring is a symbol for our love for each other. We can do that ourselves. We don't need to go and sign papers and say this is what we hold to the value of ourselves. We don't need that. But I feel like it's all just personal. It's all how you want to take it and how you choose to live your life.
And that's real, and I definitely respect that. Quote from a song before we go. He said, "Shorty, I'm here for you. Anytime you need me.
Mm-hmm.
For real, girl, it's me in your world. Believe me. Nothing make a man." You know what I'm talking about?
No.
That's before your time. You don't know Method Man and Mary J? You're all I need.
Oh, I know the song, but
He said, "You don't need a ring. You don't need a ring to be my wife. Just make sure." Well, all right, that's before your time. We ain't gonna put you out there. All right, now.
But it's mad funny because it's before my time, and I'm over here talking about it.
The same thing. So that's how. That's the thing.
So
all right. So at this point, I definitely thank you for coming up here. I had a great time. You're a good sport. You put up with my jokes. You put up with my jokes. You put up with my questions. Put you under the hot seat, and we really got a chance to really get to know you. And I'm definitely looking forward to hearing more of your spoken word. I know you're gonna go far with that. Good luck on the hair, and I'm looking forward to you opening the salon. You're already on the style seat. Looking forward to you opening your own business and stuff like that. I know you and DayDay gonna keep growing, and y'all gonna keep doing big things and stuff like that. So I'll definitely be watching from the sidelines, cheering y'all on. So you now have family now. A friend of hers, a cousin of hers is a friend of mine. So your family now. So when you come over here, you can kick your feet up. You can have a good time. You're welcome here. So at this point, we're going to do the final words.
Okay.
We'll give that to you, and then you can do your shout outs. And then after that, because you DayDay's cousin, I don't normally let everybody do this. I'm going to let you close us out, and then you're going to sign us off. You got that.
How am I supposed to sign us off? You ain't tell me about this.
We putting you on the spot. You're a spoken word artist. You do this.
All right, y'all. Thank you for joining in on to the Proof Podcast show. My name is Tandra. I go by @_I am Tandra. That's gonna pop up right here in a second. There we go. Right there. Y'all can find me on Instagram. Just let you guys know that I am a spoken word poet by night, and by day I am an auditor, a mother, and basically anything under the umbrella you can really think of. And I want to say shout out to LuvDayDay, who is an artist. Everybody loves her music so far, and I'm just waiting and ready for her to just keep moving forward and passing through all of the, what do you call it, the glass doors, as they call it. She gonna break through them. And another shout out to One Way Entertainment. Y'all know, that's gang right there, gang. But yeah, I definitely appreciate Sion for allowing me the opportunity to be on this interview today. And I hope that everybody enjoys their night. And y'all know y'all can catch me on Instagram. I will start putting up more videos of me doing my spoken word poetry on there, just letting it be out there. But it's soon to come.
It's coming. All right. So that's it. So we thank everybody. We hope everybody have a blessed week. We thank you whether you watch the live or you watch the playback. Be sure to hit that subscribe and like button. Be sure to follow on Instagram _I am Tandra. You'll definitely support her. Definitely be on the lookout for the new video Textin Me featuring Fabo. You'll definitely go check out Deja Vu on all music platforms. That's LuvDayDay. The EP is out right now. It's dope. They very good people, good-hearted people, funny, lighthearted, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, again, I had to mess with you a little bit because like sometimes people think interview and they get nervous. Like, what are they gonna have? So it's like, I try to have a good time. I try to keep the guests laughing and stuff like that. And it's like, they get to see the real you versus, it's like, we feel like we're in an interrogation room. So again, salute to you, you definitely a dope writer. Definitely got to say that. And again, you're definitely ahead of your time when it comes to that, because I definitely thought that spoken word had been done before. I didn't know you made that today. So it's like, I just look forward to see how you're going to keep evolving and stuff like that. So at this time, I'll let you close us out, and then we up out of here.
You could have closed it out.
Man, we gotta pass it back. It's a team. It's a team sport.
We're gonna put the ball in your court.
It's a team sport.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you for joining in on the Proof Podcast show. I got Sion here, Tandra. Follow me at _IamTandra, and we enjoy everybody. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody enjoys the holidays as well. Thank you.
All right, y'all be safe. Y'all love everybody. Peace, y'all. We up out of here.